No, I can't exactly know. Yeah, Discord for me, I had to update and do a restart, and then it
Mm.
finally came on. I was clicking on it, it was going through. I'm like, man, what is going on with this thing?
They want to do what they want to do.
Yeah, there you
All right.
go.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Um, Boom. Okay, we're live. We are live. Hey, welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend these YouTube streets, Porter Rock 77, and we're back with another episode of 60 Frames No Like podcast where we talk about things gaming, across PlayStation, PC, Xbox. Well, it's probably the same shit now, right? I think PC and Xbox is now more. It's like repeating the same word now. I think at this point, right? I think you could just say PC gaming. I mean, do you
Yeah,
really need to say Xbox gaming?
they pretty much when they
Right?
made that announcement at their thing, they pretty much were done. They're done.
Because kind of like it would be like kind of like saying EA gaming and Ubisoft gaming and Capcom gaming. You know what
Right.
I mean?
I agree.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so like really it could just be where we talk things all things gaming, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's yeah, to me,
Because
yeah,
saying
that's what I would
Xbox,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
so Xbox, it would be because if I'm gonna say Xbox, I might as well say Take Two, then
Yep.
EA, Capcom, CD Project Red. Like I would have to go down the whole list at that point. So at that point, it's like, so at that
Yeah.
point, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo, and that pretty much covers everything. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We need more. We need more people to get in the game. We need like Apple to get in the game.
Yeah.
Well, at least Steam.
Well,
Steam needs to,
Apple
for Steam. I mean, Steam. I mean, Steam's a storefront. It's on PC, but that falls on the PC though, right? So you talk
yeah.
about PC, you talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
whole kit and caboodle with PC. Yeah.
yeah, at a certain point, how long is it going to take before that officially like actually happens, right? When where because it's still it's still going through transition, right? It's kind of like Sega. What is it?
Mhm.
What is it? When I had on Friday, I had VG Fight School
Oh
as a
yeah.
guest.
Yeah.
Great time. It was a great guy, great guest.
Yeah.
Shout out to VG. Gotta get him
Mhm.
on the with the crew here. Here in
Mhm.
60 frames don't lag. But
Yeah.
I told him it was gonna be ruthless though. This is a different environment, right? So
I had
um
people tell me it was intimidating. Like I literally
so,
did a podcast. I said, "Y'all think that's intimidating?" And they were like,
uh,
everybody in my chat
yeah,
was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How? How is
because they got because chocolate thunder. Ain't nobody want to get. Oh my! Who wants to be in this? Who
oh
wants to be in a?
no.
Who wants to be in a room with a guy who got double life? Ain't nobody want to be in there. Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody trying to be in a room with chocolate thunder who's serving double
Oh
life.
man.
That they don't
Yeah,
want to be
okay,
in there.
fair enough.
That's just
Fair enough, yeah.
that's just something else, right? But what I said to him, we were just talking and all that stuff, but I did make a comment to him saying that nobody compares the platform holders, right, to Sega anymore. Like, when was the last time you heard Sega's better than PlayStation, or Sega's better than Nintendo, or Sega's
Mhm.
better than Xbox?
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time we
Oh,
ever
yeah.
heard that conversation? Right? You understand? When was the last time Sega was a metric?
Oh gosh, this what, it seems like the 90s? That's when I had my Sega
Yeah,
Genesis, 90s,
yeah,
yeah.
the 90s,
They
right?
overspent.
Because
Yeah, they overspent.
Dreamcast came out in 99, but by the
Yep.
time PlayStation 2 came out, that's it. It was wrap. So you're
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
talking, right? And so you talk about a memory, right? After that,
Yep.
the whole comparison with Sega as a publisher making better games than PlayStation, or making games like having better first party titles versus PlayStation, or um versus Nintendo, right? That
Right.
that died
Mhm.
that died with it. And over time, people don't even look at Sega anymore. There's gamers who never realized that Sega was a competitor.
Yeah, they're too
Like
young.
the
I
young,
mean,
yeah, the younger. But
I mean, I'm rude.
when you think about it, it's last time Sega was a competitor was really 2000, right? 2001. So
Yeah.
if you're born in 2001, you're at least 24 years old. You were born.
Yeah.
So anybody who's 23 was born in a world where Sega was not a competitor. So 23-year-olds
True.
and younger, right? And then you consider the people who are like 4 or 5 years old, right? At the time. Still too young to know, right? Because they're only 5. So you're talking people who are at least up to 28, maybe even 30, who don't
Nah,
really
I
know
don't disagree.
Sega competition in the space. Think about 30 years old. You really don't
Yeah.
know. You didn't grow up.
They were born. Yeah, they were born after the 9/11
Yeah,
attacks.
yeah. That's 30.
So,
Yeah, that's 30
yeah.
years old, So
Mhm.
30 years old or so. So they grew up in a world and like the concept of Sega first party, Sega competition among the space, Sega games better than Nintendo games. Or you know what I'm saying? That's not a thing for them. Like Sonic versus Mario is not a thing. That's just
Yeah.
you
They
have
don't
to teach
understand how
them.
big that was. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to teach them and let them know, like, bro, that was a huge competition, Sonic versus Mario.
Yeah.
That was like the thing. Like, and
Yeah.
to them, they're like, no, Sonic. I played Sonic on Nintendo. That's not competition. It's on my Nintendo.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
bro,
early.
if you only knew, man.
Mhm.
Same thing's gonna happen with Xbox.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's gonna be 20 years from now. Halo and PlayStation is gonna be normal for like 20-year-olds and whatever. 20 years, 25
Mhm.
years from now, there's gonna be gamers who game and like their first time playing Gears is gonna be on the PlayStation
Yep.
or any
I
future title
agree.
like
Yeah.
that. Halos and new ones of it. Like to them, that's gonna be like, yeah,
Their
that's
first experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Forza's gonna be, for gamers, Forza X PlayStation gonna be the first place where they play Forza.
Yeah.
Right. So that whole competition is gonna just like it's gonna be normal, right? And then you have to explain to them like, bro, back in the days, Xbox, we're gonna be the boomers. Hey, Sonny, if you want Xbox, what's the best Xbox? That's gonna be Kid Smooth talking to his grandkids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They
Kid
won't
Smooth's
be
grandkids.
around.
Yeah, Kid Smooth's grandkids gonna put him in a home. They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, Grandpa talking some wild shit about Xbox first party or being better than PlayStation." The fuck is he talking about? They're gonna see a video of him. His grandkids gonna see a video of him, and he's gonna be like, "Halo Gears and Forza, Halo Gears and Forza," and they're not gonna understand why he
Yeah.
sang it.
Yeah.
They'll
They
be
go.
like,
They
"Yo,
go. What
Grandpa,
what's wrong with
why
you?
did you sing this song?" Because that game, was the shit, and those games you couldn't get on PlayStation. They'll be like what? Wait, what? You couldn't
Yeah.
get Halo on PlayStation? What do you mean you
Yeah. By
couldn't
the
get
time
Halo on
these
PlayStation?
kids are by the time these kids that are 8 get to be 15, they'll probably just have a lot of handhelds. That's where a lot of these things are banking now, and we'll have to wait and see how it works out. But yeah, yeah, I still remember the Sonic and what you call it, because if Mario stood still, Mario didn't do nothing. But if Sonic stood still, he started tapping his foot like, I'm supposed to be running and doing other things. But
Mhm.
yeah, like the Sonic movies. Kids are watching that now. They're like, oh, there was they had no idea
Yeah.
about that competition in the 90s. They
Mhm.
broke Sega's way when they had Mortal Kombat. They had that code you put in to get the fatalities, and Nintendo didn't have it. I
Mhm.
still remember that like it was yesterday. I mean, that was such a big
Mhm.
deal back in the day.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
yo, man, they're gonna
100%.
cart Kid Smooth to a home, bro. They're gonna be like, yo, I don't know what the fuck Grandpa talking about. Like, yo, this cat said this cat said about Halo and Gears was better on PlayStation. And they'll be like, better on. Be like, yo, those games is on PlayStation. What's he talking about? They're gonna be like, yo. They're like, all right, good night, Grandpa. Night, night.
Yeah, pretty
Time to
much.
take your dementia's kicking in. They're gonna look at him like he's crazy. Because they
Yeah,
grew
I
up in a
agree.
world where Halo and Master Chief's on PlayStation
Yeah,
with DualSense and the PS7
yeah,
Pro
that's
and shit like that, right?
yeah.
Yo, it's crazy.
Be by
It's crazy.
September. Yeah,
Yeah.
by
You
football
know?
season, you're gonna have Forza and Phil Spencer, at least the other day, hinted that one more major title that's been there from the beginning, and a lot of people expect, at least on Windows
I
Central,
think
they
I think
speculated it's
it's
Halo.
I think it
But
has
they
to be
speak,
Halo. It's the only thing that makes sense that's like the biggest title.
yeah. So we'll see.
Because
Yeah,
unless
that
they're
happens.
talking about like maybe Project Gotham, but that franchise died a while ago.
Yeah,
Um
No, it's
I don't
not
know what
that.
else
They
he could
said
be
it was.
talking about.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know what else he
agree.
could be talking about. Well, Crimson Skies, but again, that project died a while ago. I think it
Yeah,
would have to be Halo.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
So we'll have to wait and see,
yeah,
though. But I
yeah.
don't like saying anything. So
Yeah, that's true.
until
Um,
it's true. Stay away from the rumors. But yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Where we at? Where we at with this? Let me see where the crew's at. Anyway, my friends, my family, we are here. Waiting on. Let me send the Thundercat symbol. Um, let me send this out. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. To the chat. What's up, chat? Man, love you guys and gals. The rude boys and the rude gals. Thank you so much for rocking out. If you don't mind, hitting the like button and sharing this out on your favorite social media platforms, wherever you like to talk games, probably most likely Twitter or no place at all, right? But if you can, be so kindly. Would you kindly, kind of like Bioshock, would you kindly, and then you end up doing it, right? We'll truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for rocking through. Once again, SPR with the thumbnail. Show that man some love. Follow him on Twitter. My man asked, "Was it too soon for the for the thumbnail?" But shout out to SPR, man. That's my boy right there.
That's good. It's
Yeah,
the whole slate.
that's
There's
it.
proof of the whole
Ouch.
slate. Yeah.
The whole slate. All right. Shout out to Gordo P23 with the super chat. I just got the Black DualSense Edge.
Mhm.
And it's sexy as fuck. I'm looking at it now, and I'm getting all hot and bothered. Oh, who you talking
Oh
about?
no! Oh
Who you
man!
talking about? Yeah. Who you talking about? You know, if
Mhm.
Craig, like, I even put protector grips on my Midnight Black
Oh, it
DualSense
come
Edge.
with that?
Listen,
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
no, I had to buy it separately. It's third party, but it's a protector grip.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's that. It comes also with a protecting thing. It's a little bubbly though. They could have done a better job. If you see how like it's almost like peeling. It's not that it's peeling; it just doesn't stick fully. So they could have done a better job with that. I mean, you press it, it fixes it. But yeah, I got that. It's weighty. You know what I'm saying? You know, comes in this nice little case right here. So if you chocolate thunder, then this is dark chocolate thunder.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? This thing is yo. This thing is. Oh snap! I locked the room. Damn again. Oh my bad. My bad. Extreme. Hold on. I left the stream out. Extreme's like it's cold out here.
Weather outside is
All right,
cold.
brother. All right. It's not peeling. It's a sticker that you put over the this is right. This a protect. This is not that. This is a protected screen now on it. What I'm saying is they could have. I don't know. Let's see. All right, you see it now. See how it's like a little bubbly. Yeah, they could have done a better
What is
job
that?
making that. What the controller I'm holding?
Yeah.
That's the Dual Sense Edge in Midnight Black Edition. The Black Edition, whatever.
What's the sticker you're talking about?
Oh, it's a protective sticker so I bought this third party protective kit. So it comes with this for example, you see it has a rubber film.
What are you
So this
protecting it
is
from?
huh? Well, you know what I'm
What are you
saying? Like
protecting
years
it
of
from?
listen, so like for my greasy hands. So you know how like years of if you constantly use the material starts to like dull out or whatever. You ever seen that with your controllers? Like, listen, this sucker's $200. I'm gonna treat this a little bit different than my other controllers.
Okay, fair enough.
You see, this is midnight beauty.
You're one of those people that puts cases on phones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm that
Yeah.
dude. Like literally, look. Even like the
Yeah.
little yeah. Oh, you
Oh no.
absolutely.
Oh
You
wait,
best
wait, wait, wait. You
believe.
put a plastic film over your.
No, this is a plastic. This is a hard case plastic glass. In fact, I had to replace it, but I don't know if you noticed the crack. I know this is. I know you're like I forgot what you called it, bukkake or whatever. I don't know what the fuck you call it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not bukkakeing right now, but because it's blurry. But I don't know what you call it. But this is a plastic. Like a hard case protecting
Is it
thing over the
glass at
three
least?
dice.
Or
It's
is it
no,
plastic?
it's a very durable. It's plastic.
I love the way you buy yourself like a $2,000 phone with great
Yeah.
cameras and then you put plastic in front of the lenses. Does
Okay,
that
you
make
know what I'm
sense to
saying?
you?
Yeah, yes, because I'm protecting it. This absolutely makes
What?
sense to me. It actually
How
makes
many times
sense to
have
me.
you actually dropped it?
What? It's all the time. That's why it's cracked. Oh, I think you can see it right now. You see it? Maybe you can see it. Okay, like you see it. My wife too.
Listen,
Holy shit, bro! Like I have to like, like okay,
have
see
you
the
ever
chip right
tried
there?
taking a
You see the
photo
chip?
with that thing on and then taking a photo without it on and then seeing the difference?
No,
I bet you will be like, oh shit, I just took my $1,000
bro. I
camera
up, I
into a
upload,
$400 camera.
I upload photos to Instagram. Like who gives a fuck? Like
I give a fuck.
I'm not a photographer. I don't do all that fancy shit. It's just like whatever. It's mostly motherfuckers watching me eat pizza or some shit.
Do you also have tablecloth over your dining table?
Oh yes, and the
Like
plastics
those
on the
plastic
couch,
ones?
and the
Oh my
couch, and don't
god.
forget the plastic over the couch. My mama told me that.
I will
That's
hit
what
your
he.
home.
That's what he did. No, the thing over the dinner table. That's literally the only time we ever did that was over Thanksgiving dinner. That's it. That's the only time we use like and it's not plastic. It's like a cloth thing. It's like yeah, I don't know. It's just part of her decoration theme and shit like that. Really, it's more for
Yeah.
decoration than it's a thing. But yeah, it's all about that, man.
My mom still does a plastic over the dining table. It's been
Yeah.
like 20 years. This
Oh
dining
yeah.
table
But
is still being
oh,
protected.
just plastic, just like a plastic covering. Nah, we don't use. It's not a plastic
Just a
covering. It's a
plastic
cloth.
sheet.
It's a cloth. Oh no, not that. It's a cloth, but it's themed, and it's not the same one. It's like whatever she wants to theme it around for
I
like the
don't mind
holidays or some
cloth.
shit.
I think
Yeah, it's
tablecloth is
cloth,
okay. Yeah,
tablecloth.
cloth
Yeah,
can be
but it's a
decorative.
but
It
it's a
can be good.
decorating. It's
But
a
plastic
decorating
is
theme.
disgusting.
Yeah, plastic. Yeah, that would be weird. Wouldn't that be annoying?
Yeah, it is.
Like I could imagine, like if it was a kid's table, then right, so that way they do whatever they want. Then you just take the plastic and throw it away. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
no,
weird.
it's not like that. It's very sad.
Mm. Okay, he said
So I'm
sad.
sorry, I just got
It's
trauma.
it's
I just got
it's
trauma
not
from watching
it's
that.
not his art. It's not his. But my mom, no,
Just like,
seriously, my mom did have plastic on the couches. That was normal.
oh, my mom never did plastic on the couch. She tried
Yo,
once and we threw it
that
out.
sucks. That
Yeah,
sucks. Especially in
yeah.
the summer, your skin gets stuck on it. Yo, that shit
God,
sucks, man. Yo,
God.
but her couches
So
lasted like my whole life.
listen, listen, people. I just want to say some things are meant to be worn out. Okay, you don't have to plastify everything in the aim of protecting it. Okay.
Mm.
Also, unless you have a really good reason, like Portorock does, don't put a case over your phone. You pay like $2,000 for them to put metal and glass, and then you're like, yeah, let me slap some plastic on top of that. It's
Yeah, you
disgusting.
gotta protect it. You gotta protect it. It must be protected at all costs.
Don't drop it. Just don't drop it, okay?
That
Or you know
shit.
what? Do it like
We're
me.
American.
Drop it and then just
We're
live with the
American.
cracks.
Oh no, no, just live with the faults. Just live with the imperfections.
Remember your mistakes. Remember your
Yeah, you know.
mistakes.
Oh man. Okay. Oh. All right. All right. It's good to see you, my brother. How's everything, Extreme?
Everything's good. All right, it's all right.
Okay, he said it's all right. It's all right. All right. All right.
Oh.
Cool. Go, Craig. How's everything? Oh, we already talked to Craig. I already talked to you. Let me do these super chats. Glassdoor Gamer. NES got me in the game. Sega hooked me hard. Well, cool. All right, no doubt. Yeah, I'm telling you, there was a golden age of gaming during those days. Glassdoor Gamer with the super chat. Thank you very much. Halo is going to be a dagger. Xbox will cry hard. Just, oh man, if they announce Halo next year, and you see the PlayStation thing on the bottom. Oh my god, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's normal, you know.
Disgusting.
They're all gonna be like, oh, I know you don't like Extreme, right? They need to have their exclusives, right? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And oh Lord, swallow pony juice, Jeebus, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, wow. Congrats to all new Rogue Xbox Ally X adopters who can now enjoy Helldivers 2 and other PlayStation greatness on their new 7-inch monitors. Mad love. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that thing too. Oh man. All right. Okay. So we got partial crew.
Hold on. Before we get into it,
Yeah.
do you have a mattress protector?
Do I have a mattress protector?
A
No.
mattress protector.
No.
See, that is the one thing that I encourage people to get. Also, when I bought my new mattress, they told
Like
me
what?
it will be
Like what? Like a
void of
plastic?
warranty.
Like a plastic over the mattress?
It's not. It doesn't have to be plastic. It can be like sheepskin or whatever at the top, but it has like a plastic layer at the bottom.
He said sheepskin.
Yeah, it's not some ridiculous thing like that. No, they told me, yeah, if I buy this new mattress and I don't put a mattress protector on, the warranty will be void.
Who told you that?
The people at the mattress store.
Really?
Yeah. So
the warranty will be voided if you don't put a mattress
if you don't have
protector.
A mattress protector. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So people, PSA, get a mattress protector. You never know. Something happens with the spring, and then suddenly they don't want you to give you a mattress back
to honor
you didn't have a mattress protector.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
There you go. PSA.
I know it's a federal offense if you rip the tag before you buy the bed.
What?
The bed tags? It's like it's illegal to rip it.
Federal offense. Does that seem
it's a federal? No, it's a federal offense. That's like you going. Yeah, it's the feds, bro. Like yo, it's a federal crime. Well, it's a federal offense, not a crime, but it's illegal. Federally, it's illegal to rip. You know the big mattress tag. If you rip that tag off and you're not the owner, it's illegal or some shit. It even says it on it.
Hold on.
I'm not lying.
I'm not making that up. The mattress, a federal offense.
No, that's probably local. And if it's like, it depends. If it's under $900,
it's better for you to steal it.
It's like it's like a if it's under $900, it's like a misdemeanor. But if you rip the tag, it's federal, bro.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I did check the terms and conditions of the mattress manufacturer, and yes, the mattress protector thing was real. It wasn't Kevin. They didn't just sell me a mattress protector. Yeah. Take a look.
Shouldn't they have provided the mattress protector then, or you have to buy it separately?
I mean, you have to buy it. They'll provide it for a fee, of course.
That's some bullshit.
But
how does that work?
Buy any mattress protector you want. It just has to have one on.
But how does that work? Like the warranty is void until you buy something else. The fuck?
So for example, I think
I can imagine some things aren't covered under warranty, like stains and spillage. But like, for example, you get a mattress protector and the spring breaks. What is the mattress protector going to do for the springs?
I think you can probably argue that. But you know what?
How does it help the spring?
Maybe too many people had stains on the mattresses, and then they called that a manufacturing defect. And then they were like, this came from the factory probably. And then they were like, you know what? We're not doing this shit anymore. Put this thing on, and then we'll believe you.
Yeah, they'd be like, yo, this is from factory. Like, bro, it's human shit. You're telling me you bought this with human shit on it? Stop lying. You shitted. You shitted. You saw the Xbox showcase and you shitted on yourself when the Rogue Ally was nothing more than a regular Rogue Ally. You shitted on yourself. So no, that's not covered. You shitting on yourself because you didn't get an actual Xbox handheld. It's not our problem. Okay? It's just a control problem.
Transition. What a transition.
I know. What a transition. Shout out to Brandon Holiday Style. Oh, hey, did you play Holiday Style yet? College football, Craig. He's the one that was telling you.
No, I left college. I left my. I played all weekend long. I left my link there if he wants to send me a friend thing. I thought I put it in there last week. Maybe I didn't. So I put it in there like early, so you can just it's right there. So.
All right. Bro, well, Holiday Style said, looking forward to a great show. Got hospitalized since the last show. Still there. Oh, my brother, man. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Doing well.
Man, yo, absolutely. Should have had people bring me my pro, and Craig still hasn't me. I'm Noel Hater. Easy win. He missing out on. Oh, Noel. So that's his name. Nole Hater. Noel Hater. That's his name. So now you know Noel Hater is coming after you, right? And he's injured, so you know he's trying to say, "Yo, I'm hurt." So it should be an easy win.
Well,
He's setting you up, bro. That's a setup. That's a setup. Don't take the bet. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait, bro. He's gonna whoop your ass. When a guy said, "Oh yeah, I'm in the hospital, but you can still play," he's gonna fuck you up, bro. The score's gonna be like, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like 89-3, bro. Don't do it. Don't stream it. In fact, pick a fake account. Don't use your real account.
Wait until it gets better. That one, when he whoops your ass, he can't have that excuse. That's insane.
Yeah. Tell him when you ask him. Ask him. Are you still in the hospital? Yeah, then we can't play, dog. You ain't whipping my ass in the hospital. While you eating hospital jello? Hell no.
On drugs? Nah, that's crazy. You're telling me you're coming down from drugs and you're still getting me? Nah,
they got that dude on all types of shit. He's on, they got this here in the background. They inject him with morphine. He's all fucked up. And you're gonna let him beat you while he's open? No, don't fall for it, dog.
I'm on the opening table right now, and I'm still fucking you up.
No, man.
When you open my stomach.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It's a lose-lose battle. You can't win this. You're gonna wish him well. You're like, bro, when you get at the hospital, we got this. Yeah, man. You're gonna
brag about it. Oh, I beat someone on drugs in bed.
They're gonna be like, yeah, but I was in a hospital and I'm on morphine and fentanyl and all this shit that they pump in your body. No, bro. You wish him well. Don't do it, Craig. I'm telling you. You're gonna get this work. He's setting you up.
Listen,
it's in the name. He put in parentheses, Holiday Style. I don't know if you know what that means. Better listen to the locks. If you don't know, better listen to the rap group, the locks. Yeah. Just letting you know.
Put it in the licks. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to give him the licks. What? Whoa. Pause.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
pause.
I mean, the licks. The group. The licks. Yeah. The licks. The rap group.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't trust that sentence. I just want you to know.
Who the hell? Okay, coming from you, I don't believe in that. I never heard of no group called the Licks.
They used to be called the Alcoholics. Yeah, they changed it into the Licks.
The Alcoholics. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed it into the Licks. Yeah,
okay. Licks. I don't know. So, I'm with you. I don't trust that. He sent us up.
No, I don't trust that.
We get so Extreme's like, yeah, I'm not part of that topic. Gordo P23. Gordo, he said, Mind's Eye is cooked. Yo, what's up with that game, bro? Have you seen?
I'm playing it now. Yeah,
Mind's Eye, really? You're playing Mind's Eye?
Yeah, I streamed it for at least 2 hours today. So everybody,
how?
What do you mean how? It runs fine. I mean, I was showing it to everybody else. They were like, "Oh, it looks good." They like the music. It's just there's nothing in there so far that you have not. It's like instinctual. You know, you go run for cover. It's on the Unreal Engine, so it's just kind of like you're like, all right. So if I get cover, you hit the circle button. You pop up out of cover. It's got some stealth mechanics on it as well, but
it plays exactly like The Last of Us Online. He'll say,
no, it plays a lot like
shit.
I mean, like any other game on Unreal, any other game on Unreal Engine.
Oh, fucking extreme!
You go into cover, you run over there, you get the thing, you shoot the thing. Yeah. It's exactly like The Last of Us Online.
Oh, okay. Well, it may be. I didn't play that game, and neither did Naughty Dog. They thought it was trash, so they canceled it. But no, it's not bad. I was telling you all got to go make up your own minds and think for yourself.
Bad.
It's not bad. No, and that's I'm only 2 hours in. It may turn to garbage, but I like it because the game is woke.
Wait a minute.
I love it.
I thought you had the skills to what. I thought your PlayStation didn't play garbage games. How is it playing this?
That's why. That's why it's playing.
Look at this.
Garbage. And not yet.
Look at that.
Not yet.
This girl sprinted in the middle of the air. Look at that.
When? What are you talking about?
I'm showing the screen. Come here. Let me show you the screen. Look at the screen.
Okay.
Look at this.
Hold on.
Look at this. Look at this.
Basketball game.
Oh, look at this.
That's not.
Look at this girl.
Okay, that's not happening on mine.
She's in the. Look at that. She's up in the air.
Wow.
What is that?
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, hold on, let me see it.
Look, what the hell's going? What's up with the traffic?
Hold on, what are you
Listen,
talking?
if I had an
All right.
accident like that, I wanted me there too.
What's on PC? There's your problem. It needs to be
Watch
on the
this.
PlayStation. I've not had any problems on PlayStation.
Look at that. Look at this dude.
And-
That dude's walking in the air.
Oh yeah, I do see that now. That's actually pretty cool.
What's up
last
with the
time somebody
cars?
did
What's
that
up with the physics?
That is not what mine is doing, but it's a PC. PC is probably trash. I mean, that's their problem. Is the PC. Mine. I mean, I played mine. It's
That dude
on.
fell
It's
out of
on.
his
It's
car.
online.
What-
I saw
that
that.
That dude fell out this car.
Oh God!
Opening
Yeah, I
the
just saw
door.
that. Yeah, I see that. He's
What is
committing mass
happening
murder
here?
out there. I don't know.
What is happening here?
I don't know. Mine doesn't do that, but I've seen mine is online. You all can go look at it yourselves. Like I started from the beginning, played it to a certain point, and stopped doing it. But I like the game because it's woke. I mean, your lead character is a Latino. His boss is a black woman. His best friend is black. The police robots were stopping black people doing stop and frisk. I'm like, this game's woke. I'm supporting it. I support all woke content. So yeah, they just have to
Did
get
you
over.
say that you support stop and frisk?
I support the woke content. Yeah. So I don't support stop and frisk. I thought it was funny. It was in the game.
He said, "I support stop and frisk."
I did not. I said that I support anything.
Fucking
Yeah.
extreme.
It was funny. I laughed at it. We laughed at it today. But people can go make up their own minds. You know.
Oh
so.
snap! Oh snap! Oh, I don't know, bro. This is man. Listen, I'm glad there's a Latino
This
character,
looks
but
like
damn,
Cyberpunk
bro.
2007.
Why did
This
do
is-
Cyberpunk?
It kind of reminds you of
2007?
Cyberpunk. Yeah. That's 77. Yeah.
Is this
No,
70 years?
2007, Craig. You
Okay.
took 70
Oh my.
years off.
Yeah. I took
Oh my
70 years
God.
away. Got a time machine.
Wow, they're getting 57. They got a 57. Wow,
It's a PC.
57
It's trash.
on
Yeah, it's
a
trash.
on a 97 XT. Oh shit, this game is
Because
cooked, bro.
somebody was dumb enough to go buy a 9070. So
This game is cooked. This shit came in hot, bro. Isn't this the game where the lead developers left before launch? They all left.
I don't remember. All I know is that the game's woke and I'm supporting it. I don't know as far as what's going on with it. I don't know. All I know is that the game is woke and I'm loving it. So this like I'm buying that Directive 8020. That game is woke too. So I'm buying it. I mean, that's just the way this is going to go from now on, supporting that type of content and making sure the people who said they were anti-woke get, if they try to play games like Ghost of Yotei or Grand Theft Auto, because that game is super woke. Grand Theft Auto is going to be like the wokest of all wokeness. And if these guys go ahead and play those games after sitting there telling their podcast that they're anti-woke, well, they're going to get ready for the cheek busting because I've said it. I've already threatened it that, it's just going to be you a pretty man. So yeah, I'm supporting it. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. That's all that counts. I don't like I told my audience today that was watching it. I said, yeah, I'm a grown man. Ain't nobody humping me. So I'm playing it. It's enjoyable. But I'm only 2 hours in. Yeah. I'm only 2 hours in.
A Latino lead, and this is how they do us.
Hold on. Can we talk about that? How come they never give us good games? Like
this is how they do us, bro.
Black and
you
Latinos,
got some black people.
like
You got some. No, I think
no.
This is my opinion. You got some. I think you got some good stuff. Yeah, you got some bad stuff, but you got a few good stuff.
No. We only.
I don't think I got anything.
If we're being portrayed as thugs, like
oh yeah, that's true.
was good because you're criminal.
What happened? Who?
We only get good stuff if we're being
San
portrayed
Andreas?
as a criminal. San Andreas was good. You're a criminal.
All right, so what? Okay, so we'll start with that. What's some good black hero centric games?
Like
not the ones, and not the creator stuff. Not that we're not that you create your own character and you create a black character. Like it's like you have to play as this character. So Assassin's Creed,
criminal.
San Andreas,
Assassin's Creed Origins, criminal.
Yeah, Origins. I agree. Assassin's
Origins
Creed
criminal
is one of the.
Technically,
well, yeah, you are because who's controlling the order? It's the Templars, and here you are being a criminal.
I thought he was a magi. He's like the deliverer of. He's kind of like a the boogeyman for their area.
Wait,
That's what I thought. I got
it.
In Origins.
And the game has to be good because like Crackdown 3 has a black character, but that game is Crackdown 3.
Oh, no, it has to be good.
But then see, you were a lawful citizen of the law, like.
Okay.
You were like a police officer.
You got Mafia 3, but again, you're part of the Mafia because that was a black lead character.
Yeah.
And it was a game.
Somebody say Gears of War. That's fair. Miles Morales.
But he wasn't the main character. The main character was in black. He was.
I'm looking at this. Miles Morales.
No, Halo 5. Lock.
Halo 5, yeah. That's a good
Spartan Lock. But you're chasing Master Chief. So you're a good guy chasing the guy that everybody loves.
Yeah,
ain't that a bitch?
Criminal.
That's why they didn't like him. Yeah.
All right. That's some bullshit right there. Now that I think about it, that's some bullshit. The one good guy, but you're chasing the dude that everybody loves. Okay, that's
everybody want to play as. So then they just have more reasons to hate black people.
Okay. All right. Come on. We gotta think of something. Man, I feel like a non-gamer right now. This gotta be
Mafia 3. Well, he was a criminal. He was a mafioso. Yeah. I mean, a cool character. A cool character. But, but he was
even Marvel Spider-Man. Vigilante. That's criminal.
Miles Morales.
You're outside the law.
Well, Miles Morales. Forspoken. That's
he's a hero. He's a superhero. We can come on. We gotta give one. That's Miles Morales.
Vigilante. He's outside
and listen,
the law.
that's a win for both of us because he's half black and half Puerto Rican. So we gotta take a win. We need a win. He's a win, man. There's a win. Nah, we're gonna get that one. That's one.
Don't give us good black games
in the world, I need that win, bro. We gotta get one win. I'm gonna take that as a win. A win's a win.
Prototype, but Prototype isn't it, man? Nobody remembers.
Oh, Prototype. I mean, that was a decent game.
True.
That was a decent. You did some crazy shit. So no, we taking that one. We taking Prototypes up there. We taking that one.
Prototype.
We taking Prototype. All right. What else?
Craig mentioned Forspoken, but
no,
Forspoken. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take Forspoken. I mean,
most people.
Yeah, it's a flop. The game flopped, but
yeah. It was still.
I mean, I can name some good black characters, but they just weren't the lead. Like Barrett in Final Fantasy, he's awesome.
Oh, Barrett!
Awesome.
Barrett was. I thought
Barrett's awesome, man. Okay. He had a machine gun for an arm. That shit is fire.
That's true. That's pretty awesome.
I always have them on my. I always have that dude on my team. Bro. Barrett.
Yeah, Barrett. Saga from Alan Wake 2. That's a good point. She's FBI. Okay. So that's true. Yeah, I mean, somebody said all NBA and NFL games. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Madden football, NBA.
South of midnight.
Hey, so that means Latinos. We got soccer. We got football club and FIFA. There you go.
There you go.
Latinos. We got this.
Walking Dead. Oh yeah,
MLB the show. It's with the Latino leads.
No, what about the guy from Assassin's Creed?
You're stupid and bad when you're mentioning MLB.
MLB the show. That's fucked up. That's what we got. MLB the show. Oh my god. That's all. Wow. What about the guy from man?
All the way from Assassin's Creed Cry Feed.
Just accept the facts. Facts. You don't get good blood leads unless you're playing as a criminal of some sort.
Man. We're gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to do some research because this. I'm gonna have to make a documentary
the fact
this
that
shit.
You have so much gaming knowledge and you couldn't find one.
I couldn't. Yeah.
There you go.
Profit from Crisis. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Profit from Crisis 2 and 3. He's black.
He's black. Okay. Yeah. Afro Samurai.
We got one. Yeah. You know, over 50 years of gaming, and we got one.
GTA.
50 plus years of gaming.
Black
God. Criminal. Yeah. That's my entire point. GTA is the first thing people go to, but you play literally as a criminal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gang members in GTA. Yeah.
Oh man!
Is Vin Diesel black?
Vin Diesel black.
He's Hispanic.
He's black adjacent.
Yeah, he's Hispanic. Yeah.
You know we fucked up. If that's this is bad. Shout out to Michael Pierre. Love the beatdown you give VG Fight School the other day.
I'm not saying that wasn't close. It was better than the last one, but
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god, talking through
yeah,
paint would be better than the
Hey,
last one.
he's from Nigeria.
who's
I'm trying to
that?
get him on the
Yeah,
podcast. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
told
he
him, you
should
know what
come on the
I'm saying? I mean,
podcast.
no, because
Yeah.
he was like in the beginning of the podcast, talking, talking about his African roots, very proud. I'm like, hey, you were like, I forgot to ask him if he liked the French. I should have asked him that.
Why would he?
No, because I just wanted to see it. That way he could say, I can't stand the French. I'd be like, yo, you in extreme, I'm gonna get along. Real good. I hate the French. No, yeah, but he was a great guest. Had good internet.
Yeah.
The internet was great.
No, he was such a glow up from the last one. It's
It's
crazy.
a glow up.
Crazy.
It's a glow up. My channel, that was the glow up. See, in just 1 week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't promise you that thing's gonna keep going up. It's a week to week. It's like, you're just rolling the dice on my channel. On Fridays, listen, 1 week, it's like going to the movies. The movie might be great or it might not.
Might not be.
But
Never know what
here
you're
we
gonna
go.
get. Never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, nice is like a box of chocolates. Shout out to Gordo P23. Just a friendly reminder that the Stellar Yams DLC hits tomorrow. Ooh, man. I haven't rebooted it. I haven't replayed the game ever since I got the Pro. I gotta reboot
I'm playing
that
it.
up.
Oh, it looks
I have to catch up.
sensational. Oh man, that Pro the Trinity mode looks wow. I'm still playing that game. I'm in the end part of it though, but I'm still playing it. Yeah. I like this.
Hey yo, chat. I need recommendations for the next guest. Because the last two, like keep popping them. Gordo P23. I heard the game was 30 FPS on console, even Pro. Oh yeah, mine's eye.
Yeah,
even on the Pro.
Is.
Yeah, you're playing. You playing it on the Pro? You don't got a Pro. You got a Pro, Craig?
Me? Yeah,
you got a Pro?
Two. Mm-hmm.
You bought two Pros?
Yeah.
And these so when you put them
next,
so when you put them next to so when you put them next together, mine's eyes at 60.
Yeah, I guess in theory. One is still in the box, so I get my.
No, that game is jank. This game, put two screens right next to each other, and you get 30 FPS on each eye. Oh, that game is jank. Mine's eye is jank. That shit is jank.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
and the developers ain't there to update it. They left. They're
like I said,
they're not there to update it and fix it.
So
that's some jank shit right there. Hey, that's some jank shit right there. Out of all the games, you bought that jank shit.
Yeah.
Man, how dare you?
Paid money for that.
Yeah, that's just jank. Was it $70?
No.
How much mine's eye cost?
I think I
better not be 70.
$30 for it.
30? I thought you paid $30.
It was crowdfunded. They were like, "Here, we'll pay for half of it. You got to stream the whole thing."
The game was crowdfunded?
Crowdfunded?
No. He means from his community.
Yeah, from my community, it was crowdfunded.
Oh! They bought it for you?
I had a donor. Yeah, I had a donor award. They paid for 50% of it, so I paid for.
So you could play it?
Yeah. But what's the actual price of it?
I think it's $59.99. I think
$60.
59. It's either 59 or 49. So I can't remember.
Listen, Craig. The next time your wife wants to buy that jewelry or that 15th handbag, don't you dare talk back to her, because that's just a waste of money. All right, just let her have her fun too. That's crazy. $60.
I think
it's 50.
Glassdoor Gamer says, if the game was $30, would your opinion change? On Mine's Eye? No. See, that's the thing. Like just because the price is cheaper doesn't mean the game could be dog shit. That shit will annoy the fuck out of me. Like Killzone Shadowfall was $5 in that shit. I told people not to buy it.
Oh yeah,
literally, it was $5. It was $5. I told people. I remember All Day. He was one of he used to be within the community. He moved on to bigger and better things in life. But he used to podcast with us. He used to be on the 60 Frames on like podcast, multiplayer, and all that. And I remember on PSN we were just on party chat, whatever, and they had a sell for Killzone Shadowfall, and it was $5. And he's like, "Hey, yo, Porter Rock, they're selling Shadowfall for $5. You think I should get it?" And I made this like long-winded story that pretty much ended up saying no, right? I told him like, all right, this is what you're gonna do all day. This is what you're gonna do, all right? This is my advice. You're gonna go in your car right now. Right? You're gonna get in your car. You're gonna drive to your nearest McDonald's. Right? You're gonna pull up to that McDonald's. You're gonna get the Big Mac meal with no pickles, large fries, and your favorite drink, no ice. Then you're gonna come home. You're gonna eat it. After you're done eating, that is what's worth $5, not Killzone. It's like, what the fuck? Put the $5 to that, and you'll enjoy it. Do not buy Killzone. He bought it anyway, and like a week later, he's like, "Bro, I should have bought McDonald's. I should have bought the McDonald's." He told me I should have just bought the McDonald's. I should have just done what you told me with no pickles. And he goes, and I would have enjoyed it more. I'm like, I told you, bro. Don't buy that game, man. Not even $5. Don't do it. Oh man.
I am a Shadow 4 hater, true.
What's good, fellas?
Yeah. What's up, boy? Xbox handheld, boy.
Oh man, don't get me started.
Oh, I can't. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, man. Nigga. Oh, sorry. This is where's my thing at? Where's the message sign? Where's the man? Hold on. What the hell? Okay, there you go. Hold on.
Man, I'm
That's
still
weird.
Still up here at work, man. Getting it done.
Are you?
Yeah. Blame
Hello,
Craig, man.
Okay.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. So I'd be at home if I had some of that Kentucky bourbon.
Oh yeah. Well, I got some of that. I got some Wolford Reserve.
Oh, he still hasn't hooked you up?
Well, I can't sit alcohol via UPS.
You better figure it out. You better figure out.
I'm gonna get on the G5 and come collect it.
Listen.
Oh, that's fine. I got it right here for you.
You know the most powerful people in America don't play that shit. You better fucking figure it out. All right. He does. J don't get told no. What you think about? What you talking about with us? Yeah, facts. Right. Hey, yo, J what's going on? How you doing, my brother?
Same old, man. Just got off of a flight. I had to fly to California.
Did you? You went to San Francisco though, right?
No. I went to California.
Okay.
I had to talk to Sony because you know what I'm saying. I did take your words that you told me previously about them getting their shit together. I told them, you know what? Forget all this live. I told him, I said, you know what? Forget all this live service shit. Puerto Rock don't like it. Get rid of Sony Ben. You just fire people. Get rid of them. Get all that live service.
Oh man, you went to fire the live service crew.
Yeah, that was my fault, man. That was my fault.
Oh no, you know, hey, you had to make the tough choice.
Yeah, I had to make
the tough choice. You were making these games. Yeah, you're gone. Get your ass to Xbox. Go up to Redmond. Get up there.
So, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to make the hard decision. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Not playing this shit. Jada's like every goddamn week I have to hear that dude's mouth. Get the fuck out of here. You're fired. Get out of here. I think every goddamn week is something new with you motherfuckers. Always canceling shit. Get out of here.
Yep.
Jada got tired of it.
Hey, you see, I changed my tone. At first, I was like, "Nah, Puerto Rock, they got to get good." Now I'm like, "You know what?
Not this time." That. He's like, "Fuck that.
Get out of here.
Get good, you're fired. You don't cut this shit."
Yeah, get out of here.
All right. Now he's Jada looking at the rest of the studio. Go ahead and don't finish this game. I dare you.
Facts.
I dare you.
Facts.
Let me hear Puerto Rock's mouth one more goddamn time about he not getting games from you.
Yep. But I will say this though. There is a caveat.
Okay.
The only reason I did that, and the only reason Sony is doing this, because they no longer have to. Now that Microsoft is giving them all them games, now they got plenty of time.
Now they got the time. Now they got the time. There's no rush. There's no rush right there. Who they competing with? Oh man, here we go. Shout out to Jenna Hayes, Prophet from Crisis 2 or 3. Yeah, that's all your super chat. Thank you so much, Jenna. Thank you for the reminder. Jenna Hayes with another super chat. Mind's Eye is not pro patch yet. Get player S's on. All right, so Mind's Eye, that game is cooked. I don't think it's gonna get a pro patch. Who's there? The head leads left. before the game launched.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers
They
that dudes is like, yeah. They're like, yeah, we out, bro. You're not gonna put our name on this shit.
For the rock,
Like,
that's
that shit look
very
like cyber.
crazy.
He said, Extreme said that game is Cyberpunk 2007. That game got Cyberpunk 2007. Yo, that's wild.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised that's what happened. The game is jank. They probably asked to delay it. Shareholders or whoever is like, no, we launching this game, fix it later. And the developer's like, fix it later? Get the fuck out of here. I'm out. I quit. Nope. I'm not fixing shit. You're not going to get me. Going to get harassed on Twitter and social media over this bullshit. That's on you. They out. Oh, that's wild. Player Essence. I would get Player Essence on. I don't think. You know what? All I could do is ask. But that's a good choice.
Right, get Broomstick.
Boom. I could tell you he's not coming. I already tell you that ain't happening. I can already tell you
nobody.
Nobody
from that cruise.
That dude will probably get his cop buddies to be like, that's why if you see this car, just pull him out the car and beat his ass. Rodney King style.
I'm gonna tell you who you gotta get. You gotta get him soon, Puerto Rock.
Ooh.
Go ahead and get guys on here. Go ahead.
You don't like me no more.
What?
He don't follow me.
Ever since he went PC?
I don't like me no more, man. He's like, I ain't gonna talk to this motherfucker. After years,
but Rock, you 2-0
right
now.
Yeah, guys. Guys is like,
Rock,
nah.
You 2-0 right now. That debate was a classic, though. That flight school, that was a classic, bro.
It was a good debate. He had good internet.
The only thing I wish is that he showed face. Like if y'all going at it, it'd be good. Like both of y'all on there. You know what I mean?
Listen. I can't make people. I cannot make people do what they don't want. Me, you know me. I'm there. I'm in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the fight. But Boomstick. Yeah, he ain't coming out. Are you crazy? Listen, here's the truth. Right? Here's the truth. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Right? Some people won't come on the channel because they do have to protect their brand. It is what it is. They gotta protect their brand. They're not gonna risk their brand over this. They got, they did good in their channels. They, their channels is well designed. Their channels is doing what their channels is doing, and they're successful at it. They're not going to interrupt that.
You're right.
So, that's just how it is. They're going to protect his brand. Boomstick will protect his brand.
They have
and I can't blame them.
Experience.
They
put up a Switch 2. I sold mine for $1,200.
Oh.
Somebody bought my Switch 2 for $1,200. So I
bought your Switch 2. Why?
You have it.
Why?
Hey,
you can walk into the store and get it.
I know, right?
I'm in Los Angeles waiting online, and I was number one on Sunday.
They thought. Oh, wait a minute, dog. You in Los Angeles right now, dog? What you doing out there?
At first, he offered me 6. I said nah. Then he said 8. I said, let me think about it.
He walked out with a Switch too. Oh man!
Yeah.
And the next day he could have went and bought it.
Name your price. So I said, give me $1,200. Right. I kid you not. He pulled out a wad of cash. I'm there with my wife, so he started counting it. So I said, hey, you want this Switch? Here's my receipt. Wait in line. Enjoy. That was it. I took it up.
You could walk to the store right now and buy a Switch. It's not sold out.
Oh yeah. So.
No, I'm not saying that's indicative. I'm not saying that's indicative that's selling poorly, or they could have provided a lot of Switches in anticipation. I don't know. But what I am saying is you can walk to Walmart right now and get yourself a Switch 2. You could just walk in and get one. So we'll see. Yeah,
they're in stock online everywhere. So
Chris Edwards, get Doc on the next debate. He crashing out on the handheld Xbox savior mentality, going crazy. He trolled around. He was on the channel before that. Y'all were ruthless. We couldn't even start the podcast for an hour because of all the super chats. Like an hour. Yeah. He was getting cursed out. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Y'all unloaded on Doc. Y'all unloaded on Doc for like the first hour. He's like, we can't even get the podcast going. He kept reading all the super chats. That shit was hilarious. Get X-Volt on. All right, so X-Volt. Okay.
Yeah, he'd be a good one. Yeah, that'd be a good conversation.
Who is these niggas? Who is these people? Y'all say name. I do not know these people.
But Glow Gaming, he does a lot of console warring still. He's gonna go the way like all the people console war. They're gonna
I
go
don't
the
think
way.
I've ever seen anything from or ever heard that name before.
He said,
That's
"Who
why
the
He's
fuck?"
actually a good YouTuber. He's got a lot of you know.
Oh man.
Oh
Who he
shit.
hang with? He hang with Boomstick now, or he hang with?
No, I think he's a PlayStation dude. I think he's a pony.
Yeah, he's a
dude?
PlayStation guy. He just keeps all these receipts though.
No.
He's
Listen, no disrespect to the brother. I'm just saying, maybe I know him by a different name, but
next time I'll tag you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tag you one of his things so you know. But he's a pony guy. He's a PlayStation.
Oh, how about the dude from Iron Lords?
King David?
King.
David's been on the show before.
Yeah, he's been on the show before. Also,
he's cool. He's on the show. I had him as a guest.
He just gave you. He just gave you the insight to a lot of guys, man. They got channels, they got brands, they got to protect that, right? So when people don't show up, there's a reason. It's not that probably they're scared. It's just, listen, you come over here, Porter Rock is going to ask the tough questions. He's going to reply the way he's going to reply. And if his people are watching that, they might be enlightened and they may not longer buy into the stuff that's been sold.
Okay.
I'm just saying, to some people.
J-Dub said they might be enlightened and be like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me it's not this? they might get some enlightenment when they come to the channel.
I'm just saying.
The truth will set you free.
Listen, there's a reason you see Ryan McCaffrey and Destin Ligari out there buying PS5 Pros and stuff. The most diehard nuts in the industry is out there buying PlayStations. Come on now.
Man. He said they get enlightened. I gotta get Zaire on though. Man, I haven't chatted it up with him in a minute. I gotta stop by his channel. Is it still crazy?
It's like that because the console war died, but we
not the same.
We do other stuff. We try to kind of poke fun at
he does it what Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right?
Bro, you know Z, he'll go live whenever. He never.
Yeah, he goes live a lot. Yeah, he never answered it. Yeah, I gotta rock out. I haven't talked to. Yeah, man. Shout out to the bot father. Yeah.
But we did say this, Porter Rock. I did ask him this question. I said, looking back now, when you first started to where we are now, did you ever think it would end up this way? He was like, man, not in a million years. Because remember back then,
he talk shit.
He was hard. He was hardcore. Xbox.
Him, for those that don't know, he was the one that coined the term pony. That's his term.
Yeah,
he had the little. Pony, he had the My Little Pony. He used to put that. He used to put the My Little Pony. He's like, my pony got a fat ass. He used to have it, like the actual My Little Pony thing. His daughter's toy. He used to put on the screen. Look at my pony, got a fat ass. He started that shit, bro. And then that shit took off. The Sony pony, hilarious, absolutely
everybody
hilarious.
Started using it. Absolutely.
And then he bought Xbox One X and saw Sea of Thieves, and everything changed. Everything went downhill.
He switched right after that.
I got the world's most powerful console. Look at this shit.
No.
You saw God of War
when
compared to Sea of Thieves.
You remember Shannon Loftus told him,
Recore was like the top games.
He said, "What is this stuff?" He said, "Xbox is losing its way," and she replied back to him, gaming is not all about bullets and headshots, and that was it. He switched over to PlayStation. Xbox was known for being the shooter box.
Yeah.
And
man,
that's
Kraken is lacking. He said that term too because the dude jumped in the water and the Kraken didn't have a body. So the game when the Kraken first launched on Sea of Thieves, it was just the tentacles that was coming out of the water. But when you jump in the water, there was nothing there. And they're like, what the fuck? What's the Kraken at? And I think it was what's his name? What is it?
He said it like a noodle.
What is it? What's his name? What's his name? Halo Bot? I forgot his name, and I haven't seen him in a long time. Not Hebot. No, not Hebot. Xbot 343.
Xbox 448.
You remember he used to be removed. Yeah, he used to be removed all the time. Xbox 448. Xbox 448. He told Z, you have no business jumping in the water.
Anyway?
Like he told him, why are you jumping in the water
Like I'm sailing. Of course, I'm gonna look at the water. I remember that shit.
They jump in the water swimming, and they're looking. There's no body. It's just the tentacles coming out the water. And he's like, the Kraken is lacking. Where the fuck is the Kraken? You know, Xbox like, you have no business being in the water in the first place.
He said they threatened him with assault. It's something like that. It was funny. It was so funny back there. He was clowning everything.
Some people were saying, I remember that chat. The chat was saying, Xbox One was like, that's just a waste of resources. Trying to create a body. Oh my God, the excuses, bro. That shit was funny. A waste of compute resources by providing a body for the Kraken. All you need is the legs. You don't need to see the body. Oh my God, these Xbox were wild, bro. That shit was wild. Crazy. A waste of compute resources.
Bruh, if I tell you, those were the days, man.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
That was a golden era, man. A waste of compute resources in rendering a body. Oh man, I heard it all, man.
There were no fish either. There were no fish in the water.
Kevin, that is a legendary excuse. That was legendary damage control. The dude rationalized the reason not to have a body, because it would be a waste of compute resources. I'm done. You could put it towards other things like frame rate. And I was dying when they were arguing. I'm like, I can't. That shit was that conversation was diabolical that day. And then he had it, and that's when they coined the term the Kraken was lacking.
The Kraken
was lacking.
It looked like a ramen. It looked like a ramen noodle with the arms. It looked like a ramen noodle.
Wow, that was so funny.
That shit was crazy.
It was crazy.
Gordo P23, get Alex on the show. You know what? He would come if he's not busy enough. He's a good dude. Yeah, he would. He would good. But the only thing, he's gonna be talking like Nukin Man asshole and shit. I don't know.
Oh no,
that's the thing, man. I don't know, man.
I don't.
Like, man, like Alex, we talking gaming. He's we talking gaming.
I thought they meant our Alex, not.
No, is Alex. They're talking about in the beginning, he's like, we're talking games.
Banana outfit naked. That dude,
You know what I'm saying?
So what about Kid Smooth?
Kid Smooth don't like me either, man. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Xbox content creator. He can't take. Have you not? You seen Kid Smooth lately? He's been hurt, man. The man's hurt, man.
Yeah,
this shit's hurting him, bro. This is personal. This shit is personal. It's like, and I'm poking his pain, bro. I'm like, I have my finger in it. I'm just like, torture, bro. This torture.
No, Porter Rock. Certain people. I learned certain people you got to handle with kid gloves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's not me, man. I'm like, suffer the pain, suffer the anguish, feel the pain.
Have you ever talked to Hargeet?
Who?
Nah, I've only ever seen him in those,
I never talked to him
in the clips and stuff like that. You know,
that dude.
That dude would chase me with
that dude would chase me with a scimitar. What are you talking about? He'd be like, get the fuck
that's a wild man.
He'll call me an infidel and shit.
Shit.
Glassdoor Game, he says, bring on Cog. That would be a good combo. Cog is 50-50. I know he has a brand.
Yeah.
But I'll ask Cog. I mean, I'll put in a good word with David. I'm like, David,
connect
me. Cog's a good dude. And I'll be like, connect me with Cog.
Cog will be. See, here's the thing.
Get on my live. Cog will be good.
Yes, he's the host with the most. He's he's dandy. Here's the thing. Cog is in the middle. He will play a fine line. He doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he represents Xbox and stuff because he has a pro Xbox channel, but he's not going to go too far. He's not going to go off the deep end. He's going to let you know, hey, it is what it is. So that would be a great conversation. You know
that was good, dude. That's a good dude.
Yeah. He's never said some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to him. I'm cool with all. Y'all know I'm on it all the time. With Addict, Saul, King David.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna hit up. I'm gonna see if I can get Cog. I don't know about this week. Maybe it was Tuesday. I may have time, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Glassdoor Gamer Super Chat says X-Vote goes at Gas hard. Laugh out loud. Gas lost it on podcast. Oh yeah, X-Vote. X-Vote's always fucking with Gas.
True.
Them two always at each other. is fucking hilarious. Yeah, but X4 is going after guys. This shit is
he
hilarious.
takes what Gas says. He just takes what Gas says, and it's like, here's what this guy said on Monday, and here he is 2 weeks later saying something totally different. So he just keeps those.
Well, see, I'm cool with Gas. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like Porter Rock said, I'm gonna keep going back to that scene. Everyone has a brand.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to find a space to fit in. That's how I sum it up. He's trying to find a place to fit in. Of course, he was a diehard Xbox guy. Y'all know I never let him forget that clip that I got of him back in the day representing PlayStation 4. Yeah,
I do remember that.
And so you know, he started getting into the YouTubing stuff, the podcast and stuff. On the PlayStation side of things, things are much different than on Xbox. It's harder to survive on the PlayStation side of podcasting than it is on the Xbox side, because those guys they're literally what do you call it, a monolith, right? Their only job is just to represent Xbox. Everything is positive, everything is good, right? Under any circumstances, PlayStation dudes are not a monolith. You got guys going at PlayStation at Jim Ryan. You got people, you know, that will go for anything. I mean, it's just a vast array of different things, and so it's hard to get the bulk of PlayStation dudes to go to one podcast. Over there on Xbox side, Holt and Dylan them, they used to run the Xbox stuff. That was their stuff. That was the number one like podcast out there. They kind of handle that. On the PlayStation side, there's not like one big PlayStation podcast. It's all a bunch of smaller ones. I'm not going to say smaller ones.
Well, you got the big ones, just not within the community. Not within the community. Not within our console war community.
Yeah. I'm only speaking within our community, right?
The console war, yeah.
Yeah, because of what we do. We've been doing this for a while, and you know, we consume our content. But I mean, you know, that's just kind of what I've noticed from that. And I've been on pretty much every Xbox podcast. Pretty much, I've been on Gas podcast. I've been on Handheld's podcast. I've been on any Xbox podcast. Do who's of that been in there in that some kind of way?
Wow,
that's what I've noticed. But over here, listen, look at this podcast. We fight every week. We don't agree on half the shit, right? and we all in some kind of way believe PlayStation is the best place to play, right? So, and if we don't agree today, then surely most PlayStation gamers are the same exact way. On the Xbox side, you can forget it. All of them think the same. All of them act the same. All of them are the same. And so, guys, he tried to find his way to fit in, but it's hard when, you know, when Colt and them got that sold up. So now he's moving to the PC side and coming from that angle, trying to find his channel footing and trying to find things. And it's just hard because PC dudes are, I mean, they're weirdos, right? And so it's kind of just, it's hard to find just that good. I mean, it is, right? Refugee camp. I call him
well, guys, he's just gonna have to start playing Futanari games, and that's it. Just embrace it.
Put those games out, bro. Put on the banana suit and
you know. Put like an avocado suit on or some shit. I don't know.
Man.
What to tell y'all. Find a new fruit.
No. I will say this. Listen, I find Gas entertaining. His production value is really good, very positive. I like it, right? It's just he's in a space trying to fit in where it's hard. There's like 2,000 Xbox podcasts, and then all the big guys, they're not going to let you in. They're going to.
Well, the main thing is, I would say this is my opinion. Right? Gaz is not going to go into the delusional realm, because that's where I see the Xbox content creators have entered, like straight up, like
exactly.
madness.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, man, like Helldivers. I heard Helldivers is being like developed for Xbox. You know, shit like that. Like, and Gaz is not going to do that. He's not going to go. You know. You know, he's not gonna go full R. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna go. He's like, you know. So that's so you're. Yeah, it's a hard spot. I guess. I don't know. I mean, man, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, that's why I just stick to being knowledgeable and try to find truth in everything. Because you'll always have lies. There's always gonna be liars in the community, regardless of what brand.
Yeah.
And that's
I was told that people aren't trying to be right. They're just trying to be first. And they don't care if they're inaccurate or not, because there is no mechanism to.
But you can't be truthful though, Craig. You can't be truthful and run a successful Xbox podcast. Because
That's true. No, you're right.
the truth is, the console war is over.
Yeah.
Things have changed. It's never going to go back to what it is, and so it's hard to be successful and especially profitable from that side, especially when you got the gatekeepers still lying, right? Even the gatekeepers, they just lie and tell you this Xbox handheld is going to be great, and Xbox Game Pass is doing great, and everything is great. There's nothing negative under the sun, despite the fact every month you see the console selling less and less and less, despite the fact that everything from Xbox is a negative, right? Year after year, quarter after quarter, despite them putting Halo, Gears, and Forza, the big three, the tentpole franchises, despite that going to PlayStation, they'll still tell you it's great. And so again, you can't be honest and have a successful podcast that's going to bring in money and all that stuff that you want. It's just, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. And that's why I don't knock any of those guys for what they do. Because I mean, if somebody paid me a bunch of money to tell them what they want to hear, I would probably do it too.
Yeah, I can't
not. What's the
saying? I mean,
politicians do it.
Whatever they say.
I mean,
absolutely.
Politicians do it all the time. So why not?
They do it all the time.
Shout out to Jenna Hayes. Jenna says, "Get Classic Cage on. Force her to wear makeup." Whoa. Wow, hey, that's a woman thing. I let the women deal with that. But you know what, man? I would talk to the minute. She would be good to go on, man. She would come on too. Be great to have her. She's doing a thing. I saw the frog suit. I'm like, oh shit.
Wait, she was wearing
a frog suit. Yeah, in the stream.
Right. Do you know Marlon Gaming?
I'm telling y'all right now. I am not wearing no plotine. I'm not wearing no plotine suit. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna have a plot outfit for y'all entertainment. I'm not doing that. That ain't happening. So cut that shit out.
Puerto Rock for the show with the Goya. Puerto Rock for the show with the Goya. What are we doing here,
dude's gonna want me to wear a Goya bean can and shit on the back. I ain't doing that shit. I'm not doing that. In fact, I'll be like, man, that's racist as fuck. I ain't doing that shit. Imagine me with a plotine outfit. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
Man.
What's up?
Rock, you familiar with Marlon Gaming Nation?
Marlon, yeah.
Hell no!
Would he come on?
I don't know if he's a drifter. Keep in mind, he's a drifter.
I'll hit him up. Yeah. What's the worst? What's the worst he can happen? The worst he could say. The worst. You know, he was like, "It's a rap." I'm gonna ask him. So what happened with the rap? You know what I'm saying? No.
Man.
The biggest thing was him. Is when the PS5 was coming out and he was waiting for FedEx to drop off his PS5 because Sony was going to give it to him. And they asked him about NDA. He was like, what NDA? They were like, you fraud. Ain't nobody seen these.
Because he never got access to the whatever. I can invite him. I forgot about Marlon Gaming Nation. He's still around?
Just like a drifter.
Let me tell you this, bro. Listen, and I don't knock anybody. Shout out to him and everybody else, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's the game, brother. Here's the thing. There's only a handful of people that I actually watch their content to consume it for like knowledgeable information. The rest is just for the fuckery. Because you don't go there to get, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's because of the circles that we operate in, right? We're content creators. We make shit funny and it's entertaining. We put on a show. It's not really a podcast. It's a show that we put on. And we put a bunch of collective people that has charisma and that's funny and knowledgeable in there. And we spin it in our own funny way. I operate on them realms. When I want to find out like some detail I go and do my own stuff because me turning into Marlon Gaming or Co Eastwood or Gaz or like what am I doing? Like I know what to expect, the type of content I know what to expect, right? And I'm not knocking it. It's just like I tell anybody, listen, don't show up on my show looking for me to do a digital foundry going in and out. I'm there for the laughs and the jokes, right? I'm just bullshitting. One thing I don't do, I don't lie. I make it funny. My content, I try to make it funny and poke fun at Xbox. That's what I do. I poke fun with the console war under the rims, but I don't lie. I just make fun of the truth and try to ball it up in a package that will, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's it. I don't knock. I don't knock. I don't know if his content is good or not. I just remember seeing that particular episode when PS5 was launching and he was sitting around waiting for a PS5, like Sony was just magically gonna see him one out of the sky. But other than that, man, I let everybody make it, whether you're an Xbox guy or a
man.
PlayStation guy. Yeah. So I'm a hold the fifth. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that, brother.
I say, look, I'm gonna say this because I'll say this. Apparently, when the Summer Game Fest thing with Jeff Keighley, that was what it was called. Apparently, one of those people you all just named, I won't say which one, I got an email of somebody said this dude is behaving like a chimpanzee on crack when this game got unveiled. So I'm not gonna say who that was, but J-Dub said the entertainment. I think some of it is ridiculous at this point. But I'm not gonna say who it was. But when I got that email and I saw this person reacting, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Some of the people are, but then like J-Dub said, it's the game. It is. It's all part of the whole. I gotta put on a show. Yeah. I heard somebody say today. I heard somebody say, I think today or yesterday, that we got to get the Xbox handheld, because this person's wanting donations so that they don't have to pay for it. So again, I can't knock the hustle. I just kind of like, if y'all gonna send people money like that, then
Well, and Craig, one last thing. Here's the thing: because I'm in this community and I've been in this community so long, I'll support anybody in this community over those big guys that get paid by the big corporations to lie to us and sell all the shields that's from a corporation, because you get a paycheck to do that. So I'll support any small YouTuber or whoever in this field over them, because they do it and nobody complains, nobody cries.
You're right. Like good point. Yeah. So, yeah.
Get your coins. Everybody get your coins. It is what it is.
Okay. Shout out to Mash. What's going on, my brother? He gifted 10 memberships. So shout out to the chat who received the memberships, and please give Mash some love. Thank you so much, Mash.
Praise God.
Please show him some love, man. Thank you so much, and start spamming the smileys. Gordo P23, get James Acton. I think he just does the Twitter thing. I think him and Astro Cyborg, those guys are the Twitter content creators where they clip everything. But James shit is funny, bro. He be killing. Like, he shows receipts. Shit is funny. It's hilarious. And then I started retweeting his stuff, and people are mad that I'm giving him exposure. But guess who's mad? It's the same Xbox fanboys he's making fun of, or like the people who support the people that he's making fun of. Shit is funny. It's hilarious. Listen, Twitter's all about the fuckery. Like, I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm having fun in that war zone. Glenzer, thank you for the super chat. Says best name for Xbox podcast, 60 games, no exclusives. Oh, snap. Oh Lord. I think you know what? I think I might start an Xbox podcast and call it that. 60 games, no exclusive podcast.
Hashtag the host.
No, man. True SSJ. Shout out, my brother. Super Chat says this past decade was crazy. Z saw it all. Xbox dudes was nuts so in the 8th gen. Shade Dub, remember this? Crackdown 3 better destruction than Battlefield. Oh my god.
Oh man, my brother post.
Man. Oh man, I remember that. That. Yo, they were saying that Crackdown had better destruction environments than Battlefield.
Cloud destruction. That cloud destruction. I do remember that.
Let me see. Jenna Hayes says, get C Money or Doodles on 2 Xbox Hispanics. You know what? Yeah. I think they're Puerto Rican from New York or Dominican maybe. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they may be Xbox, but I got to rep my peoples. There's not a lot of us either. In this content creation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Probably doing September during Hispanic Heritage Month. Unless the president says, nah, this ain't Hispanic Heritage Month no more. Shut this shit down. So I don't know. So I'm gonna hit him up. I'll be like, hey, wait, hold on. Let me see. When is September? Let's see. Let me see. Friday. September 5th. There you go. I'm gonna hit them up. I'll be like, yo, September 5th, Hispanic Heritage Month edition. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we gotta get up on there. We gotta rep our peoples. All right. That's a good one, Jenna. Yeah, Naven's or Exvo hit you up to get on. Alex on Diddy time. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
No.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. And then of course MASH with the memberships. He gifted 10. So those of you who got gifted, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. You know, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. You know what? Since we were already kind of there, let's talk about the Xbox handheld. Now, this is hilarious. Where's it at? Wait, I have it here. Oh man, was it on the screen? Where is it? Did I put it? Where'd it go? Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Okay. So, Microsoft during their own showcase announced, Project Keenan, I think it was called, but it's the Xbox handheld. But something was peculiar of this handheld. Very peculiar, right? So let's see what's going on. This is it right here, right? I want everybody pay attention to the crowd. These are all the Xbox fans. They're in this room. They're Xbox. These are the dudes that cross their arms. These are the Xbox community right here. Let's listen. Look at the excitement. Look at that. And then they realized. Look how quiet.
Once they sing that ROG, oh man.
Like,
guys, look at that. Let me say this before I
that one guy's trying. Hold on. We gotta go back to that dude's face. He's trying. Look at his face. Hold on.
Yeah.
Look at his face. He's trying.
That disappointment.
Look at his face, man. Look at this dude's face. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Look at this one. She's like, oh no. Oh no. My man right here is like, My man right here is like,
Yeah.
This was like, this is the sucking your teeth, like, ooh, this is not good. Yo, look at this. I'm trying. Oh man, that energy sank.
Wow.
Oh, we are getting this. Absolutely. That is literally an Xbox.
Oh, that is so funny, bro. That is so, that's fucking hilarious, bro. Right? So they unveiled it, right? And for a while it was a rumor, talking about Microsoft getting with third party to create a handheld, and everybody had their opinions on it, right? For a while I talked about that the most obvious answer, the easiest path, the path of least resistance, and what most likely will be Microsoft's ultimate goal is just simply to get the Xbox console gamers onto PC away from the console, because they don't want to make the console no more. They don't want to make Xbox OS only of that shit, right? Some people are saying it was going to be a console hybrid, meaning Xbox console-centric OS mixed with Windows, but that can let you play everything to include Steam, and that was it, right? Let me bring up another piece of information, right? And I was telling people they're not going to do that. They're not going to do double the work, right? They're not going to bring an Xbox OS to a handheld when they could just run Windows, and Windows natively runs, it has its own shit. It does everything that it needs to do, right? But a lot of people didn't want to, they didn't want to believe it. They didn't want to believe it. And then Roe came out with this. Where's it at? Roe came out with this. Let me see. Let me get this info. Where is it at? Let me look for it. I just found it. And give me 1 minute. I'm looking for. Golly, there's a lot of shit. This conversation is big. But the official Twitter account, you know what? It might be faster if I just look for through media. And let's see. Yeah, here we go. So, right here. So we're showing the screen. So the Asus ROG account on Twitter, somebody tweeted saying, I hope they release this for current ROG Ally series. It would be awesome, meaning they will hope like, the software update would apply to legacy things. And ROG answered. They said the Xbox full screen experience will first come to ROG Xbox Ally in the ROG Xbox Ally X. So the people who buy the Xbox branded ROG will get it 1st, but the next focus will be updating the in-market ROG Ally and ROG Ally X, and similar full screen Xbox experiences will be rolling out to other Windows handhelds starting next year. So the Xbox ROG Ally is going to be the first one to introduce, this experience. But then soon, if you already have a ROG Ally, that's going to get updated. And if you have a Windows PC handheld like the MSI Claw, the Legion Go or Legion Go. The Legions and stuff like that. Anything, all the PC gaming handhelds, they're going to get the update too, right? And then it was asked, does it play Xbox games natively? They mentioned PC Game Pass games. So pretty much it's a PC. It's just the ROG. It's the ROG that you get now and stuff. Right? But in the way you were mentioning earlier, J-Dub, some of the Xbox guys, they're delusional. They're still looking at this like it's an Xbox-centric device, meaning it has OS, whatever, and they don't understand. Like, no, Microsoft just found a way for you to embrace more PC gaming devices, and less console-centric or console OS-centric devices, right? So now here's my question to the panel. We'll see whoever wants to answer up first. All right, is this a good first-level test bed, like a good test bed to see? A good start for Microsoft to gauge what they can do for their console, meaning, if we can convince the Xbox gamers to like this, and some may buy it, some may not, but if they don't really have an issue with this and how it's presented, then chances are they're not going to have issues with the future console, which might be just a pre-built PC with the Xbox name, but it's Windows. It's not an Xbox console-centric device, not an Xbox OS. It's a PC with Windows. PC gaming. But you're going to slap Xbox on the box.
I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And it's what I always said it was going to be. Microsoft is trying to find a way to move their console gamers off of their consoles over to other platforms so they can exit the console space. That's literally what it is. Microsoft does not want to spend a ton of R&D on items that will not sell. Their Xbox consoles, no matter what, no matter how powerful, no matter how cheap, does not sell. They've tried it last gen. They've tried it this gen. They gave you the low end, cheap $299 version. They gave you the world's most powerful console version, the $499 version. None of it sold. So why would they keep doing that? So the next step, right, is the final step is just basically to become a third-party publisher, which they already are. They showed you this weekend at their game event, they showed you we're the biggest third-party publisher out there. Our games are everywhere. We're out here to compete with EA, Ubisoft, and all the big guys here. Here's all our games. They'll be available in Game Pass. They'll be available on PlayStation, Nintendo, and everything else. That's who we are. That's what we're pivoting, and that's it. Now we have 20 to 30, call it 35 million console gamers. We need to find a way to get them to not expect us to keep investing in hardware. So what are we going to do? We're going to partner with other third-party people and say, hey, we'll license our Xbox brand over to you. You can make your own Xbox device, and hey, we'll give you a discount on Windows or something like that. We'll even make a UI for it to help it fit. We want to transition these people over to that. Think about it. The fact, Put a Rock, that they announced a device that has a Xbox button on it that has Xbox in the title, but it doesn't play fucking Xbox games. Think about that. It will not play your Xbox library. It'll play your PC library, but it won't play your Xbox library, your Xbox console. So if if you spent the last 15 years, buying up all these games on your Xbox ecosystem and hoping that that goes forward with you and all that stuff, if Microsoft don't make another console, what happens to that library? What happens to all of that? So you got to either keep the system that you have, or you're gonna have to find some kind of way to, hey, just play the games that's available on the PC, and that's what it is. But Microsoft is counting on the fact that their install base is so small, and that they've already basically alienated everyone else and already marketed playing on TVs and playing on, all kind of other devices, PlayStation, Nintendos, web browsers, cloud, everything. They've given you a million different ways to play. So that way you can't come back at the end of the generation when they tell you they're no longer making Xbox consoles. You can't go and try to sue them. Hey, they gave you all kind of out. And I'm pretty sure they're working on a way to try to have you take your console library moving forward, but I think that's just going to be in the cloud. I think that's just going to, hey, cloud, you log into your cloud. As long as you subscribe to Game Pass, you got access to your complete Xbox library in the cloud. It just won't be native.
Yeah, it'll be
They're,
straight.
they're prepping you. They're prepping you, and here's the thing: I own a ROG Ally and a ROG Ally X already. This device does absolutely nothing more than what I've been able to do for the last 2-3 years. It's the exact same thing. It just doesn't have an Xbox button on it.
Okay.
Right? I
Mhm.
still can. I can play my PC games. I can download Discord. I can play my games from GOG. I can download Epic Games Launcher. I can do everything except I can't play my Xbox library on it. Right?
Mhm.
I can download the Xbox app. I can stream the games. Right? I stream some of the games, not all of them, but some of the games. And this whole Xbox Play Anywhere thing that people are kind of jumping to, that's bullshit. It's just another marketing term. Unless I'm able to play the thousands and thousands of games that I've had across the 360, across my Xbox One, and across my Xbox Series, unless I'm able to play those native on a device, that's not my library. And here's the thing, Porter Rock. I've already bought those games. I purchased hardcore cash. I bought those games. Why should I have to sign up a subscription to play my games? Right? What if I don't
Mhm.
want to
Mhm.
sign up for a subscription? I should still be able to play my games. But if I have to sign up to a Game Pass, and guess what? Game Pass doesn't have all my games. So what are we, what are we doing here? Remember, there was about 300 games in Game Pass or something like that. I think games go in and games go out all the time, right? So it kind of rotates. So I don't know, man. That's what I see, and that's just based on what this corporation is telling me. It's telling me by the way it's moving and what it's saying and how it's focusing on everything else except my console. Remember, they were supposed to get a Xbox, actual Xbox handheld, console handheld. They canceled that or shelved it for somebody else's product. That tells you everything you need to know.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Oh, Craig is out. Any other thoughts on this?
That's it for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna piggy bank off what you were saying.
Mhm.
I think they want to switch console players to PC. That's the goal. Then Game Pass could just be an app that's on PC. And I do think Game Pass is going to be like $29 a month at some point. But here's the kicker. I think they're going to try to put it on PlayStation too, because they want to just be a software company, make
Mhm.
games and put the games everywhere. So be completely out the console market. And J-Dub, it's hard as hell to get a physical copy of an Xbox game. You notice
Oh,
that?
absolutely. They don't
But
make them anymore.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
Gears,
They make
even
them no more.
Gears, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 gets a physical copy of Gears on the disc.
Right.
It's only digital for Xbox.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
and this
So
is their
that
first party. This is their first party stuff. So
and
that's just where it is. It is what it is. They canceled. Matter of fact,
oh yeah,
Microsoft. Remember, months ago. This was like late last year. Microsoft got rid of their physical. What do you call it? The folks they got rid their the department, the physical department. They laid them off. They got rid of that. They closed that down.
mm.
They're all in
Did you
it.
see?
Microsoft is all about the cloud. They're not in the
Did
physical
you
anymore.
see Sarah Bond's interview with? I don't know what the guy is, but she was interviewing the
Yeah,
guy. She was like,
yeah,
you still game on consoles? I thought you game on
yeah,
PC." So
yeah,
they're
yeah,
already
yeah.
conditioning their fans to go to
Absolutely.
PC.
Absolutely. But I'll keep it a bean. I'll keep it a bean.
Yeah,
It's not all negative.
yeah,
Microsoft has the stats. They have the numbers. Sony,
right,
I believe, reported 80% of their install base is digital.
yeah,
We gotta assume more than 80% on Xbox is already digital. Like probably more,
oh yeah,
it's
no doubt,
closer to maybe 95%. So the
right,
only people that would really probably complain would be those guys that own a bunch of physical stuff, right? And I know crap. He complains
right.
about it all the time because he only buys digital. I mean, he only buys physical. But I
Mhm.
can't say, man, physical is going the way of the dodo bird.
Oh yeah,
It is
no
what it
doubt.
is. But to
I
this
don't mind things
day,
going digital. That's not my problem. My problem
yeah,
is the fact that you disrespecting the console itself. You know what I'm saying?
well,
We could
yeah,
play
yeah,
digital, but
yeah.
keep the console, make it relevant. But
Well, yeah.
Xbox ain't really with that no more.
Her remarks spoke volume. It spoke
Right.
volume. They don't even mention a console no more. I don't know if you know that. They don't mention the Xbox console at all
That's right.
anymore.
Everything's Game Pass. Day
Yep.
one, Game Pass.
And the fact that they raised the price up, knowing people weren't buying it when it was dirt cheap, they raised it up. It's because they don't care. They
Right.
want you to not buy it. That way, think about it. We got another 3 to 4 years left in this generation.
Yeah.
That's enough time for them to just go full throttle and just go ahead and get more and more people off of it. They hoping people are gonna go buy this ROG handheld. Hope people go buy a PC. Hope people go buy a Switch and a PlayStation. They don't care. The bulk of their money going forward, right? Which it has in
Mm.
the past anyway. It's just been on selling you games. They're the world's
Mm.
largest gaming publisher.
Well,
So,
yeah. But see,
w- w-
I'm a little
mhm,
conflict with that. It's a
mhm.
handheld. Handheld is a niche market. The Legion Go only
True.
sold like thousands of copies.
Yes.
All those things barely sell
All of them
outside
combined,
of
they sold
Nintendo
about
Switch.
4 million between the Legion Gold, the ROG Ally,
Yeah.
which the Steam Deck sold the most, which was around 3 million. So collectively,
Okay.
the other ones combined sold maybe another million. And I'm just being very giving,
Yeah.
giving them
J
another million.
Dub,
So
that's
call it
still
4 million,
bad
and it's
though.
yeah,
That's
because it
still
is
bad.
niche. It is niche. It's
Yeah.
and here's the problem. I was going to have if they came out with their native handheld. I'm
Right.
thinking, listen, you got clobbered in the console space. Now you're trying to pivot to the handheld space. The thing is Nintendo rules the handheld space. So
Yeah.
why are you gonna, you know, get hit by a train and then jump in front of a bus? Like it just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna be honest. I like Microsoft's future in this gaming is looking
But
bleak. Even as a third
it's
party publisher.
it's not though.
Mm.
No,
And
no,
I think
no,
the
no.
problem
Hear
is,
me out.
all right,
Hear me out. The reason I say is because the games that they're bringing, I think they're good games. I think they're gonna do good numbers. But you got Take Two, right? You got Rockstar. They're gonna drop GTA. Nothing Microsoft could ever drop would be as big as GTA. Nothing
Yeah.
Microsoft will ever drop, outside of COD, and even COD gets clobbered by GTA. It is what it is, right? It's fucking like past Nintendo levels of notoriety. But they're no longer going to compete with Nintendo and PlayStation. They're competing with the other people, right? So they're competing with the Fortnites. They're competing with, the Apex Legends and all the other big boys now going forward. So they're going to have to be very mindful of that. They chose a different war to fight, And I get it. They got COD, which is huge. But outside of that, they're going to have some more COD-like games to be able to compete with the other big guys who throw out 20, 30 games a year as well. So I just think are they fully, are they wholeheartedly into this for the long haul? That is why I question Microsoft for the long haul. Now, I believe they'll finish the rest of this generation out. I think it'll go good for them being a third-party publisher. I just don't know if Satya Nadella has the stomach to carry on as a third-party publisher going forward for the long term. That's just my thing. Because here's the thing. I don't think a lot of those games are going to sell. COD will sell. Some of the other games they look great. I think they're going to sell. But there's a lot of stuff that it's because it's Microsoft. It's just not going to sell. The fact that they're raising the price of that Outer Worlds 2, that's the first game that's going to be $80. You and everybody on this panel know that game. It's a non-starter. Nobody's going to buy it at $80. The Xbox guys
I
who subscribe to
already
Game
checked
Pass
out the minute it
already,
was $80.
they'll buy it. I mean, they won't buy it, but they'll try it in Game Pass. But everybody else is just going to skip along and go play something else. That's what you have when you're a third party publisher and you get into this world. Now you're gonna, if you thought Microsoft had some failures prior to becoming a third party publisher, imagine what they're going to have now with all the baggage that they carry with all these different developers and publishers and all that stuff. So I just don't know. It's all about Satya Nadella. I just don't know if he has a stomach long term. And when I say long term, I mean like all of next generation and stuff like that. Like a really, really good fight to maintain that big boy we can compete with all the big guys. I just don't know if Satya Nadella has a stomach for that, or if he's just going to be like, I just don't want to be in gaming anymore.
So I don't think Microsoft is competing with anyone. I'll be honest, in third party, I don't think there is competition among anybody. I don't think that's a thing. Only because like it's just software, right? You either like the game or you don't. Like Grand Theft Auto didn't stop people from still buying God of War or buying a smaller game and stuff like that, right? Sure, it's one of the biggest games and it's sold like I think over 100 million. But look at Minecraft. Minecraft has like 300 million sales, but that didn't stop people from buying, like Returnal. Like people didn't say, "Well, I didn't buy Returnal because Minecraft exists." They just didn't like Returnal. Right, so I think
true, but think about it. Microsoft, the bulk of their games that they have, Puerto Rock, they like 99% of the games are just shooters, and they all look alike. They all like the Outer Worlds look just like Starfield, look just like all the other shit that Bethesda makes, right? It all looks the same. It all plays the same, and that's basically the bulk of what Microsoft does. So if that's the bulk of what you're doing, on top of COD, I think everybody's just going to gravitate to COD. What else is there? You're not releasing a Halo every week. You're not releasing a Forza every week. But you got a lot of fluff out there. You got a lot of stuff that's okay, but that's
Microsoft
few
has
far
this
in between.
consistency. I mean, look at PlayStation. We barely got anything, and we're fine.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know why? Because they got third party, right? That's the whole,
but PlayStation needs, but PlayStation needs it. The Xbox says, but that's what I'm saying is
two totally different fields now.
Yeah,
that's what totally different markets now.
I agree. So now, Xbox gonna have his consistent revenue every year. Call of Duty is gonna sell every year. Let's not cap over it. We know they may call it right. Minecraft is a moneymaker for them. World of Warcraft belongs to them. So remember, we can't forget about the PC side.
Absolutely.
They also got Candy Crush, whatever, right? So I don't think they're competing with anybody. They just they're like what you said, like Microsoft release average to mid games no matter what. So the question is, if you release an average game, do you want it to be everywhere or do you want it to be exclusively on a console hardly anyone owns? You see what I'm saying? And I think what they realize is there's no point in having a system that's locked to hardware that's not doing anything good, right? So they're going to go full third party. But by going full third party, there's no, look at EA. EA hasn't been doing great for decades. All they got is Madden, college football, and FIFA. That's it. That's all they do. They got nothing else. Once every 9 years, they release a Battlefield, and it's a hit or miss on that one. They just canceled Black Panther.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But guess what? They're still fine on the software. Look at Ubisoft.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's true.
there's
and you're right.
And look at
Apex
Capcom.
Legends and
And look at Capcom. Capcom's hitting. They got a
yes,
lot of
absolutely.
games, but they're not making
True.
the same amount of money Xbox is making anymore because Xbox is a bigger publisher. Call of Duty alone makes more money than what Capcom makes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's a fight. I think, in fact, I think Microsoft did this so they can stop fighting. That way you can't pigeonhole them into saying this person's better than you. By going third party, no one's really gonna argue. Oh, Xbox fucking play. I mean, the community's still doing it, right?
No, you're right. No, you're
especially
right.
the Xbox fanboys. The Xbox fanboys are doing now it's publisher wars, but that shit's not real. There's no such thing as publisher wars.
Listen,
that's fake.
You're right. We've never had a fight EA versus Ubisoft like that. That's never been a thing. No, you're 1,000% right. I just again, do you remember that? Do you remember that interview that Bobby Kotick had? That he said he had with Satya Nadella, and Satya said, "Tell me about gaming." And he looked at him in the face and said, "I know you shouldn't be in it. You're not a creative. You should be in gaming. You should be elsewhere doing other stuff that you're good at." That in itself kind of said a lot. That means it's not just us that knows that, but these are industry folks that know that just Microsoft fucking just sucks at gaming. I just don't know if Satya would be like, you know what? Let's take this money and spend it elsewhere and do other things. Puerto Rock, I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time I've seen a company go from a hardware manufacturer to a third-party publisher on the level that Microsoft is doing it. I'm not saying it. I know Sega did it, but Sega is on a much smaller level, right? But Microsoft is on a grander level because before they did it, they bought a third of the fucking industry. They literally own a third of the industry, right? Sega they have their IPs that they make and they just crank them out, and you're gonna get your fucking Yakuzas and your Sonics and your races, and that's kind of what they do, right? And they're fine at that. They remain small and content. But Microsoft did it on a much grander scale. They said, before we go out, we finna buy all this shit and we just gonna do it that way. This is the first time I've seen that in gaming, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I don't
EA's
think
never had a platform.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I think this is going to make Xbox even more successful as a company because they took the weakest part of. Think about it. They took I can't even explain how much the console is their Achilles heel. It is literally the weakest part of Xbox, right? Yes. Now, just instantly and overnight, they just snap their fingers. They have access to markets they never had access before ever as a brand, thanks to PlayStation. And that's just the beginning. They're going to find a way to put games on Nintendo, which now opens up a bigger market. Now they have more markets than ever. Technically speaking, if Microsoft is able to put games on Switch too, they'll have more reach around the world than PlayStation, technically. Because they'll have wherever Nintendo's at, and wherever PlayStation's at, they're there too. Now, I'm not saying that as a point to argue on fanboy wars, but as a software provider, third party, that's exactly the job. Your job is reach. Where can you go and get reach, right? And by them leaving a console, they actually broke off. They broke off the weakest part, the part that sucks. The Xbox console is what gave them the most trouble. It is. They're trying to figure out what games do our Xbox console gamers like. They didn't buy shit. They're like, fuck, all right, maybe we do this. They didn't buy that either. And then they ain't getting third-party sales. They're not getting subscriptions at the rate again. They're like, fuck. Like this console's the anchor. It's dragging. It's like literally deep into the ocean, and we're not going nowhere. They cut the chain, and now instantly, just like literally in a year, they expanded their brand literally in a year more than they did their entire existence as an Xbox brand. And all they had to do was simply say, we're putting our games on PlayStation. Now they're in places for console gamers, for those who like console, they're in places that they've never been before. And as Sony expands their projects, Microsoft's going to be there right with them. You know, when
Yes,
Sony says,
absolutely.
"Hey, we're expanding deep in China," Xbox like, "Yep, we're right there with you, buddy. Hey, what you doing? You got PSSR 5.0? Let us know. We'll help you build it. Where else you going, Sony? Oh, we're going out. Shit. Let's get the Safari hats. We're gonna be right, you know." So, like, I think Microsoft's going to be fine. Now, I think the real question is, can they make game? And I think this is not a Microsoft exclusive problem. This is anybody's problem. Do you make good games to people to buy? And I don't think that's an Xbox exclusive issue. That's just any publisher. If you don't make good games, you know, and it doesn't have to be the GOATs. You just have to generally make good games. If you make good games, people are going to buy it. Whether it's on PlayStation, whether it's on cloud, whether it's on PC. I think that's what Microsoft has to worry about. Just make good games.
Well,
make games that people will actually buy.
Okay,
that's
so
it.
I'm glad you.
As long as you do that, they'll be fine.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Porter Rock, because that plays a bigger part of what I was trying to say. Ultimately, if they don't make consistently, right now, you're a third-party publisher. You have to be consistent. If you don't make consistent, good quality games, that's worth PlayStation gamers and Nintendo's gamers dime, because you can remember, Game Pass is not on those things. It's not on those things. So then, if they don't make a game that I deem worth my money, I'm not going to buy it. That means they've spent all the R&D, all that money. They paid all the publishers. I mean, all the developers. They for all these years and all this stuff, and it didn't make the money that they need. That's the balance, like you said, everyone has to go through, whether it's Sony or Nintendo. You got to make a game that's worthwhile. If not, people want to buy it and it's going to be a flop. But now that they're a third party, they don't have like PlayStation. They make money on their hardware. They make money on their movies. They make money on their music. They have a lot of things tied up with gaming to be able to say, okay, well, this game didn't sell as well as it should, but we were able to leverage this other avenue by this IP and this whatever. We got a fucking TV show and it made enough money to recoup whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. They have other avenues of doing this stuff in gaming. Microsoft, they're a full third-party publisher now. And if they give up, I guess not even if they give up, they're done with the hardware space. I'm gonna just say that they're done with their.
Oh, yeah, that's the weakest part. That's the part that hurts them.
Absolutely.
They'll be better. They'll be better with the console because they're losing money on every console. They still, like, talking with VG Fight School. He found a source saying they still lose like $200 per unit,
$200 per
or something
unit,
like that, right? And I'm thinking, like, man, you're literally losing billions, even when you do sell it, right? So you cut that out.
For every so think about it. For every $100, that's 10 Game Pass subscriptions that they could have made, right? But because of the hardware that they output, they fucking lost that money.
Yeah. When you think about it, that's true.
If you cut, like you said, if you cut off the part that you're bleeding, everything else is going to be to the good. Like, I agree, Microsoft's going to make more money in gaming than they ever had, but it's going to be it's going to have to be at the expense of the console, and I think that's what Xbox gamers are not willing to accept.
Well, yeah, they don't have a choice. No, but listen, they're going to end up like the Windows phones. You ain't getting it.
Yep.
That's it. Like you're gonna have to deal with it, right? Because they're not gonna offset whatever they are getting from Game Pass or game sales to keep producing. They're just not gonna do that no more. That's really, and I think that goes back to the conversation that the truth was asking. Why did they make the handheld? It's not really to compete against Steam Deck, I think, right? Because really. You know, it's Rogue. Rogue is the one that's making the handheld. It's not Xbox. So this is Rogue's problem. If it doesn't sell, they're the ones losing money or whatever. And plus, Rogue is not selling it at a loss. Guarantee you know this, and you want to see some fuckery, wait till they actually announce the price, because they didn't announce the price yet. That's when it's going to get fun. You know, this thing is not going to be $300-$400. That's what people are expecting. This shit's going to be $500, $600, even up to $800. And people are going to be like, wait a minute, $800? How much is Rogue Ally X right now?
$899.
How much?
When it launched.
Look at that.
$899.
So the Rogue, and this is supposed to have 24 gigs of memory, of bandwidth. And what? This is going to be $800-$900. That's when it's going to get fun, right? Because Rogue is not going to lose money over this. They're going to make their profit, right? But this doesn't hurt Xbox because they're not the ones who actually made the hardware. But the main thing for them is this is a test bed for the software. You see the guys camping for this already. And that's the thing. That's the thing about the conversation. People think, oh, ponies, you're jealous. I'm like, no, you guys are stupid because you didn't listen to us when we told you. We're telling you Microsoft is ending your console. As long as you guys are fine with that. As long as you guys know, you know what? The console's at its last leg. It's done. Yep, we're moving over to PC, and we love what Xbox is doing. We love the strategy. Fine, I'm just going to play on PC. Cool. But as long as you guys know that, as long as you guys know you're not console gamers anymore, that shit is over for you. Xbox is not making consoles for you no more. With Xbox Center software, that's done. It's over, right? They're moving you onto PC, and this is a good start to say, hey, we got a handheld as PC. People like it. Can we do the same thing with like a pre-built PC like the Asus Nook or something? Where it's pre-built, so that way, because you know console gamers, they don't want to build their own shit. They don't want to do that. They want something that's already pre-built, optimized. They don't have to worry about replacing parts. They still want that console-like, thing. Microsoft be like, cool, hey, Asus, that Nuke products you got, we're going to rename it Xbox, whatever. And boom, it's Windows. It's curated. It's all in one piece. But this is what the Xbox, and this is in this video, right? I told these guys, I warned these guys, right? Look at Jez. Jez is talking about how this is just really a PC experience. I told you guys back then when I made this video, this is exactly what they're going to do, right? Now, the thing now for you Xbox console gamers, the biggest impact for you guys is the price. You're not going to get a subsidized $500 console, $600 console. You think the Pro's expensive? Stand the hell by. These pre-built machines, you're dropping a G on them. You're going to be dropping a G.
Yep.
So just prepare. PC game is expensive with good hardware. You ain't getting the bang for your buck on these products because they're not curated like the way, a company like the way Sony and Microsoft used to do. They built a console and subsidized it. So you used to get good hardware at a cheaper price. That's not happening. Day one, you dropping a G on these things. You're gonna pay a G. If you pay $700 on a pre-built PC, that shit's like 1080p.
Exactly.
you got a weak 1080p machine, which might be fine if you're cool with that. But if you want the 4K, like your Xbox Series X or, 4K trickery, all that bells and whistles, when you get a pre-built PC, you got to pay for that. You ain't getting that for $500-$600. You getting that for $1,000, $1,100. That's what you guys got to get ready for because that's the life of a PC gamer who gets a good quality hardware. You ain't getting these bullshit $700, free market shits. That's how it is. Rogue, if Asus is also partnered with Microsoft to create the next line of consoles, they're not going to sell that shit to you for $600 and lose money. You can forget about that. They're going to make their money off you because that's how Asus makes their money. They make money off the hardware. They're not a software provider. They make money off of hardware. They make profit off of hardware. So you're going to drop some change on that hardware. As long as you guys are cool with that and understand that, that's it. You're PC gamers now. If you still want to be a console gamer and get all the things that console gamers do, like bang for the buck hardware, an easy ecosystem, all that stuff, that's going to be left to two providers, Nintendo and PlayStation. That's it.
Yep.
Those are your two actual console-centric companies, right? Doing still stuff like that, right? Sony will release a PlayStation 6. It might be $700, but for the hardware that you get, it would cost you like $1,000, $1,200 for the equivalent, right? You're gonna get the most bang for the buck because Sony's gonna lose money on every console sold until they keep doing it and get it profitable again. Nintendo, they do Nintendo things. Those are your two console-centric companies now. Microsoft, they're done with that. They're PC gaming and embrace PC gaming, and that's what you get. So the Xbox console gamer, that group is done. They're gone. You can forget about it.
Are you trying to say this is a two console market?
Oh shit! Oh my god! But like Jazz right now, I guess a day or whatever. Jazz says public service announcement. I need people to know the Rogue Xbox Ally is Xbox by name and software experience only. It is a full Windows PC. You can install anything you want on it. Since I'm seeing reams of misinformation online, I'm here to combat it in my small, humble way. You don't need to be into Xbox to enjoy Xbox Ally. With Xbox in the name, many are seemingly confused about what you can actually do with this thing. So I thought I fielded some of the most prominent questions in this article. while also combating misinformation I've seen go viral on Instagram, X, TikTok, Reddit, and other platforms. You need to think of Xbox Ally as more of a gaming PC or gaming laptop than an Xbox console. Yes, Microsoft Xbox team is leading development on the software experience, but that's where the Xbox ends. And I literally, like, this is what I'm talking about. I literally told the community this months ago, that this was going to happen, only because I went with the path of least resistance. What is the most logical business strategy for Microsoft? Get away from the console. So what's the best way to get away from the console? Provide future hardware that's Windows based. Voila. And that's exactly what they're doing. Not hard. That's literally exactly what they're doing. Nothing more. It's simple. Extreme. All right, go ahead, Extreme. I know you're playing Clair Obscure on that thing.
No. I'm actually playing a game that is what is it? Steambots Heights or whatever.
It's not Bukkake. Oh, now it's Bukkaking. Now it's Bukkakied.
No, I'm playing a game that who was it?
I know it's
bokeh.
I know it's bokeh. I'm just fucking with you.
Listen, but what's the name? So we're talking about this handheld, right? And you talked about, is it a Trojan horse or is it like a precursor to the next strategy? Would it like, lead them down this path of letting perhaps other hardware manufacturers come up with the consoles, so on and so forth? But for me, I think the first person we should be asking is this thing going to work? Like, is this handheld actually going to sell? Because I find it hard to understand the value proposition. First of all, even as a device in itself, if it was the only PC handheld available on the market, no Steam Deck, no other Ally, no MSI Claw, like if it was the first one and the only one, I think this sells like hotcakes, especially with the Xbox brand association. I think that it would answer a lot of things for the PC gamers, because it is a good device in and of itself, right? Because it is like the third version, right? Or version 2.5 of what the Ally is, right? Because there was the Ally, there's the Ally X, and now there's this slightly updated one on top of that. So I think it's a good package. But in a world where all of that competition is there, and let's face it, if we are going to price it normally, this thing should be coming around $1,100, right? Because if the normal Ally X is $900 and Microsoft put in work in it, Asus put further work in it, because they didn't just change the shell, they also gave it a new processor, a new CPU on board.
Oh, yeah, it's more powerful. It's the most powerful handheld. Yeah, it's going to be the most powerful handheld on the market.
And then because Phil Spencer is a fucking idiot and he has known nothing from, his Series S and Series X, he decided to also come up with two versions. Again, why? Why do you have two versions of this thing? So it is what it is. I don't.
Well, he didn't create it. This is Asus's stuff.
No, but he got them to like create a new shell for it, to put a new Xbox button in it, and there's design work that goes into it, right? Like we see it as just a reskin of something that already existed, but there is design work that goes into these things. So let's just say the cheaper version is at $800, and then the expensive version is like $1,100. And again, I'm starting to then say, like, man, if you really wanted a PC handheld, and let's face it, SteamOS is better anyway, why aren't you just going with the Steam Deck? The Steam Deck has advantages that this one doesn't have. And, people are like, oh, yeah, you can install anything on it. People on PC don't really care about anything. They care about Steam. The Steam Deck is, no one was like, oh, no, you know what? I was going to buy the Steam Deck, but I can't install GOG on it. No one's ever said that. No one was ever like, yeah, I can't install this other obscure PC game store on it. No, Steam is enough for them. They pretend that they want freedom, but all they want is Steam. So for me, I'm like, and the Steam Deck is coming around what, $600, right? $700 if you like max it out with everything. I don't understand the competitive advantage that this thing would have for a person that would truly consider a PC handheld. Now I could see a person that's like super into Xbox, right? Like a massive Xbox fan. That's the primary console they love to play on. And then they also love playing on PC, which is again already like a very small niche. But then I'm like, Well, this thing, the software experience that they have just designed for this thing is going to every other PC handheld that they can put it on, right? Because then the standard ROG Ally and Ally X are also going to receive the software experience. So again, I don't see like the Venn diagram where a person will be like, yeah, this is the device for me.
So I think for Microsoft, it's a win-win situation because let's say this doesn't take off.
But which gamer
for
is
Rogue
going to get it?
Oh yeah. So I think so. One, it's a niche market to begin with. Overall, I think there's 6 million total handhelds to include Steam Deck sold around the world. So in retrospect, it's a small market to begin with. It's not a big market. I think there's more people with VR.
Yeah.
Meta alone, Meta has sold more VR headsets than the entire industry of PC handhelds combined. So I think that's how small the PC handheld market is when you can't even sell as much as Meta handhelds. I mean Meta VR, right? VR. So I think it's in terms of competition, it's not really big at all. It's very small. So the question is, what can ignite the industry into getting people to buy these PC handhelds? It's not Steam Deck, even though Steam Deck fared better, but it's still niche. It sold like 3 million in a 3-year period. Any other device, like if Nintendo sold Switch 2 in 3 years and they only sold 3 million Switch 2, that shit's like colossal failure. The company's going down. Yep. Like the company's going down, right? So far there's no breakout device regardless of who made it, whether it's the MSI Claw, the Lenovo Legion Go. Nobody really created something that really broke out. Maybe, and I think we talked about this, Steam is really the only one that has kind of a brand name, but they're not really a brand name in hardware. When you think of hardware, you don't think of Steam. That's just there's no correlation. And Asus and all them other companies, like most people be like, what the fuck is an Asus? But a simple name as Xbox, right, is recognizable. People could be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember playing Xbox console, whatever. Now they look at this handheld, and you already see, even the Xbox community, that's why Jez Corden had to create that article, because even the Xbox gamers are confused over something that's simple, because they look at it as an Xbox device, so they have all these questions. Can I do this? Can I do that? Because it's an Xbox device. So I think there's I'm not saying this is going to be a breakout. I don't know. But what I will say this, if it doesn't work, Microsoft doesn't have to report to their shareholders no one's buying this Xbox handheld. That's not their problem. That's Asus' problem. They're going to have to report to the show. And I think that ultimately for Microsoft, that's what they're looking at. How can I stop reporting to the shareholders hardware is hurting us? And that's what they're trying to figure out, and that's what they're going to lead to. So that way, when they start reporting to shareholders every quarter, every year, the conversation hardware is no longer part of their thing. It's no longer part of the conversation. They don't have to say, hey, this quarter, negative 26% hardware revenue. Nope. Those days are done. And they never have to go back and be like, hey, a new generation starting, we need $4 billion for R&D for the next hardware. Yeah. Those days are done. They're not going to ask for R&D. In fact, the R&D department is probably going to shut down. They're like, yep, we don't need you guys no more. Not necessary, because we're not in that. But I think you made a lot of good points. Like, who is this for? I think you could say that for generally PC gamers in general. Most of them are not buying these handhelds. It's a small niche crowd. Right? 6 million handhelds right now out of how many PC gamers? Right? That's why also the thing about play anywhere. Like, that's like the big buzzword. I'm like, for who?
Yeah.
Like, is there a really big audience of gamers that have a gaming PC and a console? I don't think that's a big group. And because if they do have a console, most likely it's a Switch or a PlayStation. Not saying that there's no gamer with an Xbox and a PC. I'm sure there are. But how big is that? One, the Xbox console isn't selling. So I know for a fact a lot of them don't even have a PC. So you're not really talking about this big, huge global audience that, man, if I had a game on PC, I could play on my console. Bro, you don't own the console. You hardly bought it. Hardly anyone owns an Xbox console, right? So then the other question would be, okay, the PC handhelds. PC handhelds only sold 6 million. So people hardly own that. So when they talk about playing anywhere, I'm not saying, I'm not bashing. Yeah, I'm not bashing. Yeah. I'm not bashing the concept. The concept sounds great, but it's not the future of gaming. In order for it playing anywhere to be the future of gaming, an insane amount of people have to have 2 devices that share the stuff. Like we're talking 50, 60, 70 million people. And there's no devices like that. Unless you're talking about desktop and laptop, but that's Windows. That's automatically Play Anywhere, just by nature of Windows, right? But the amount of people that have a PC or the amount of people that have a console and handheld or any combination of that would actually benefit from Play Anywhere, there's not a lot of people that are doing that. So the Play Anywhere is not the future of gaming. That's a small group that cares, right? In fact, if anything, if people have multiple platforms, it's probably because of the differences. That's the primary difference. They have multiple platforms because primarily the other platform has stuff that they can't get on the other platform. So a lot of PC gamers, most of them have Switches because that's where they get the Nintendo game, and they don't want to steal it. They don't want to emulate it. So they play on their Switch, or they get a PlayStation for the games that that don't come out day and date. But little by little, that's even slowing down because, you know, PC gamers, you saw the data, they're not buying new games the year they come out. So a lot of PC gamers aren't buying PlayStations as much as they used to, because now they're in the I'm gonna play older titles and I'll just wait till it comes on PlayStation. That's like a growing movement among them, you know. That
They're
you saw the
using
data.
that to save face, Porter Rock.
Yeah. No, 60. No, what is it? There's a report that 16% of the games that PC gamers bought were only new games. Like 84
they don't buy new games
is
like
old.
that.
80. Yeah. They buy games, but it's not brand new day and date. That like that habit is dying for them. Like the day and date games, like especially now if they go $80, shit. Like they're not PC gamers not buying Outer Worlds 2 day one. That shit's dead in the water. They fucked that up. They fucked up that audience.
Shout out to Dead Singer. He's a PC. He doesn't buy anything new. He doesn't buy those games new. He'll wait for it to go on sale or years later, or if it's in Game Pass, that's the bulk of PC gamers. But I will also say, to add to that, to your point, was that whole Play Anywhere. People are looking for a way to save face, and it's not the PC gamer, it's not even the casual Xbox gamer. That's not it's the guys in this community. It's the diehard, the people that, you know, we know who they are. They need a way to save face in this console war. They lost the console war, but they don't want to admit defeat. Instead of them just admitting defeat, moving on to something else,
Really did it for them. He did it for them.
Bruh.
That's what you
Exactly.
He did it. Greg did it. He did it for them. He said, "You won. That's it.
Yeah.
He's done." he spoke on their behalf. He spoke on their behalf.
They weren't trying to hear that. You won. They weren't trying to hear that. Listen,
he said they won.
The fact that they're out, they spent all week trying to say, "Ha, we get to play your PlayStation games on our new Xbox handheld." That tells you everything you need to know. They're looking for some kind of saving grace, and some kind of dignity in this whole console stuff. They got stumped out. Their company of choice gave up. They moved out of the pretty much the console space already, but these guys don't want to admit that. So now they're trying to find some kind of way where they can say, "No, we won. You guys actually lost in some kind of capacity." And you see the crazy shit.
Yeah, but I think that's right now. To be honest, that group is so small now because you saw the reveal of the handheld. That's the Xbox gamers, but they saw the bullshit. To me, those are the real Xbox guys. Those aren't the fanboys. They were like,
play that clip again. You need to play that clip again.
Yeah, they're like, they saw it. Like, these are the real Xbox gamers, not the fanboys. They see what you call it. They see.
I think that's $900.
Right.
Yeah.
At minimum, right? Let me get that thing, I guess. Right.
At minimum.
Right. These guys are the real Xbox gamers, right? Not the console wars and stuff like that, right?
Let me ask you this, Porter Rock.
They're not trying to do that.
Why did Microsoft have to have a hype man in there? Why was it a hype man there?
I mean,
if something's good, right? Shouldn't it just speak for itself and have the cheers by itself? Why you need a hype man?
I mean,
getting people.
You know, it's like a Wu-Tang concert, man. It's like a Wu-Tang concert. You see what I'm saying? Now, these are the Xbox gamers, man. They're like, yeah, look at that. We're going to get an Xbox handheld, an X-Boy. Yeah. You know, that dude looks like Kid Smooth. Yeah. Looks like he bulked up. My man's bulking season. You know, but they're genuinely excited. And then they saw instantly, as it going on, this. And right there, they knew it's bullshit. They knew.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a
Reality
minute.
hit them.
Reality hit them. They know this is rogue. It's a rogue ally.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Granted, it's more ergonomic. The one thing I would say, I kind of like the fact that it's a controller looking thing.
Yes, like a portal. It looks like a portal.
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, that's the new wave. Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Portal changed the game. All your handhelds going to look like that. It's going to look like a controller split in half with a screen in the middle. I'm telling you, bro, it works. I'm telling you, bro. That's the future. Let me ask you this, Porter. That is the future. Get a controller, cut that motherfucker in half, put a screen in the middle. Boom. And it works, bro. It feels so good. So much
We already know that Sony's developing the PlayStation 6 alongside a native handheld console for the PS6.
Yeah.
Because of that, how do you think those Xbox guys are gonna feel knowing that they got a rogue ally? They got somebody else's shit that doesn't even play their own games. And
I'm gonna be honest, man.
They don't want him.
Yo, I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm gonna be real. If Sony releases a handheld, the last thing I'm gonna worry about is Xbox fanboys. I'm worried about what Sony's gonna do. I'm worried about what Sony's gonna do. Please, 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 Sony, do not say every PlayStation 6 game's got to work on this handheld. Because, oh my God, bro, that's what I'm nervous about. Bro, we can't have our own Xbox Series S scandal. We can't. Like, bro, that's what I'm nervous about that. Like, if they release a handheld, cool, but it's got to be free.
We ain't gonna be
like no stipulations. No parity. No parity. No parity. No parity. Yeah, it'll scale down. Get the fuck out of here. With PSSR, you cannot the fuck out. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Do not talk to me about pisser is able to do it. No. Don't bring that bullshit to me. I'm not if they make a handheld, listen.
Do not
we're not
PS6 back.
Listen, we're not your content Xbox content creators. We are not. We are not weebly blue. We are not weebly blue here. We're not damage controlling.
Your PS6 games will be able to stream just like it does on the portal. But your PS5 games
remote or stream. Remote play. I'm good with that, right? That's great. Yeah. But natively, no parity clause. There's no parity. Yeah. It's PlayStation. They're making their PlayStation 6, and they say if you could put the game on it, put it. If you can't, then you can't.
Yeah,
I'm good.
The fact that those Xbox guys, even after we told them that, right, that the Series S was going to hold back, that developers are just they're gonna code for the least common denominator. We told them that, but they yelled at us. They said we didn't know what we were talking about. They talked about DX12 Ultimate and the tools and all this stuff that they tried to say.
PC game has been like that forever. And we're like, oh my God, Series these guys,
S,
bro.
It's faster than PS5 because it has a faster CPU. You remember that? All that shit and none of that stuff panned out, man. It's crazy the amount of stuff that just didn't pan out for them for Xbox this generation.
So J-Rod, do you know if that
let me do super chat real quick. No, what?
Hold on.
Let me do super chat real quick. Yeah, for the Glassdoor Gamer. Imagine being a casual and looking to play GTA 6. Then you go to the Xbox website and see some weird looking portable made by Asus. No one buying that. Yeah, because GTA 6, because it's a PC handheld, GTA 6 is not there day one because you got to wait for it for the PC version. In fact, the PC Game Pass, the Game Pass is the PC Game Pass, not the console Game Pass. It's literally a console product. Yeah. I keep a shout out to Gordo P23. What's up?
I was just going to say, and the PC be getting the worst version of games. It should be buggy and janky.
Oh shit. But you know what? That leads to a thing. I think that's the main reason why there's a growing, like, no console war, no fanboy bullshit. I think that's the main reason PC gamers less and less are buying games day one. They're coming up fucked up, and then they fix it later. So what third party industry is doing is they're creating this culture to not buy your games day one because they're broken day one. So it's like, what's the point? If I might as well buy it after you fix it, and then it ends up cheaper. So sometimes, especially on PC gaming, it's actually better to wait because you'll pay a cheaper price for an actual product that works. after all the updates. And that's what's crazy about this gen. Go to P23. I keep hearing all these Xbox dudes talk about their libraries, but they don't have a library. Their library is Game Pass. They don't order games. A lot of them admit it. A lot of them says, hey, my library is Game Pass. As long as Game Pass exists, I'm good. And they're fine with that, right? But I will say this, the actual Xbox gamers that have a library, going back to OG Xbox, that's a small niche crowd. Microsoft will sacrifice them if they can't get every game to be emulated. Because this was a conversation. I think I'll pull it up and when I look for it. But like Moore's Law is dead, whatever, and they're talking about how they're gonna get Xbox games to run on this PC, whatever. They said the biggest hurdle is actually gonna be licensing, not the emulation. They said Microsoft could figure out the emulation part. Like you have an Xbox game, the 360 version, OG Xbox version, they'll be able to emulate it, and then it'll work on your handheld and future PC Xbox, right? But the problem is that's mostly their own first party. Third party's a different conversation because they may say no. We don't want the game we made on this platform to work on this platform because we already have a PC version. We want people to buy that one. Because if they emulate, let's say, a third-party version of a game and they put it on Xbox, now those gamers don't have to buy it on Steam. Money. And third party's like, no, you're not doing that. That version we made on 360 or the version we made on Xbox One or even the version we made on Series X, that stays there. If the gamers want to play that game, they're going to have to go on Steam and buy it there. Or you know, there's no cross entitlement or none of that weird shit. Like, you know, and that's it. That's going to be the biggest hurdle is third party buy-in to get a lot of these games over. And a lot of them be like, nope, if the gamers want to play on PC, they know where to buy our games at. And, you know, so that's going to be interesting. So that was a good point they made up. Let me do a few more super chats. A few more super chats. Hold on. Okay. John Baptiste. They are making this handheld for the console gamers that went to PC. That's why they're so focused on Xbox Play Anywhere, which doesn't work if you use Steam. And that's true. M is playing the Xbox Rogue Ally X on stream right now. Shout out to John Baptiste. Thank you so much. You know. That's an Xbox. That's an Xbox. That is an Xbox. You know, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got my Xbox. I got my Xbox right here. All right, so don't say I don't support Xbox. I got it right here. When y'all see me play, you know what? I'm gonna get Gears of War Unleashed, and the first place I'm gonna play is on here. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm gonna enjoy.
As you should.
As you should. Mash gifted another 10 memberships, so 10 more chat members, you know, people in the chat got a membership. Please thank him. Please show him his thanks and appreciation. And start spamming the smileys and stuff like that. Shout out to you, Mash. I really appreciate you giving to the community. Gordo P23. If PlayStation released a handheld, it would be the biggest failure in their history. Mark my words. Oh shit. I don't know. I think Concord got that one. And Vita already failed. So how worse can it get? Like how bad? If it's worse than Vita, then damn, Sony. Like, like yo, stop. Enough, you know. It depends on what they do. I think they could be average. I think they could be average, especially like if it's the next iteration of Portal, right? Like this, but the newer version, right? And you can play games natively for those that you choose, and those are playable. I think that could work because this is great. This is great. The only problem is it'll be expensive. It's going to cost even. It's going to be like $600, $700. For that PlayStation handheld, you know, it's so this is accessible. More. I mean, listen, I know you want $2,000 handhelds. I get it, but it's going to be whatever the price. Listen, whatever the price is more than this. All right, it's more than this. So this for $200 is not bad. It's great. I was like, yo, this is not bad. This is a great product for $200. You know, but
listen, the compromise that you make with the Portal makes a lot of sense. And remember, when before this whole Xbox handheld thing came out, or they canceled their own version, I said to people, if they come out with something that can play Xbox Series games, like this generation's game, portably, you're looking at least $900. And people were like, "Oh, you're crazy," and I'm like, "No, take a look at the ROG Ally X, which was ironically my reference." And I was like, "No, that's what it takes to miniaturize a computer to be able to do what it is that you say you want them to do." My thing with the more powerful Portal has always been create something that is capable of doing local play but not so powerful as to play PS5 games. Just have a curated library and be like, yeah, we have verified that these 800 games can be played natively on this device. But for everything else, you're going to have to rely on the cloud or rely on your remote play capability in order to get that. So that to me has always been a fair compromise. That way you can sell something for $400 and people can, look at the, because for example, if you take a look at PlayStation VR titles, right? When you look at the icon on your home screen, it tells you if it is compatible with VR or not.
Yeah.
So, when you go to the store, you can look at the VR section. So they can have like a PlayStation Portal Pro section or icon that designates like, hey, we have verified that you will have a good experience running this game natively. But for everything else, you can still have access to it. Use the cloud, use the remote play. I think that there is actually the way that Xbox should have gone. Because that's what I always say to Xbox. You should have done this. Instead of trying to create an all-in-one box, which then ends up being, for example, let's put it this way. If the ROG Xbox Ally was $500, that thing is selling. If it came out at a price of $400 to $500, it would sell. Because then you have a lot of advantages, right? Twice as expensive as a Portal, but far more capable than it. And people will buy that. But here's the problem. They're not going to subsidize it, right? They're not doing that. So it's not going to come at that price. Instead, it's going to come around, $1,000, $1,100, maybe even more. And so what are you looking at there? You're looking at something that's too expensive for how niche of a market it is. So I simply think that they made a mistake. That's why I was asking, like, is this thing even going to sell? Because I don't even see it selling. I don't see where
the hardcores will buy that though.
It's gonna be the hardcore.
Yeah, but
maybe,
even how many of them are there? How many
it's not a lot,
do we actually have?
Well, we already know 6 million total across Steam, MSI Claw, Lenovo, and Asus ROG products. So it is a niche product to begin with, regardless of price point. What? What happened?
I think the number was 4 million at the time.
I think I think Steam alone has 3 million, and I think another 3 million with everybody else.
No, it was like 1 million for everything else.
Oh shit, that's even worse. You know what I'm saying? But the point is already so right now, based on the precedents, there's not a lot of people that's interested.
Yeah,
it's a niche market to begin with. The question is, can Xbox help expand it with just his name? I don't know. But again, but let's think about it. How
it's because of the price point.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, you really can't grow this market at $900, especially it's a handheld. Like $900 handhelds, that's pretty expensive. That's like a very small group. I ain't paying $900 for a handheld. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Is that split profit between the Xbox and Rogue Ally, or Rogue Ally take up most of the money? Do you know?
No, it's all Rogue Ally. It's all them.
It's all Rogue Ally. Rogue Ally is designing, producing, and all of that shit. It was
that's all. It's
not a 70-30.
No, hell no. No, that's not gonna give them any money. Hell no.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give them any money.
Technically, they're doing Asus a solid by even doing
the only thing that Microsoft probably gets from them is the cost of purchasing the license for Windows that's installed on it. They have to pay for that, and that's where Microsoft will make its money. Like just like no different than any other hardware. The Windows licensing. That's about it. Where Microsoft makes its money is
they paid Xbox for that Xbox Paint.
Yeah, So when Microsoft makes money is the software. When they sign up for Game Pass, copy Windows, or if they go to the Windows store. Just it. That's where they're gonna make their money on that one. Let me see. TrueHawk, True SSJ. Real quick, can they install Halo 5 on this thing? They eventually will, but not right now because they have to emulate it. That's what it said. That's like they even said. In fact, it says Xbox games won't work right now.
Yep.
That was like one of the first things. Yeah. But eventually, I would imagine Microsoft will go with the
Xbox
emulation. They're going to find a way to emulate it, but it's going to be the first party games. The third party, that's what's going to be the challenge because the third party has to allow it. And that's what's going to be the challenge. To SSJ, by install, I mean natively, no cloudshare. Yeah, you can't play Halo 5 on it. You're not going to be able to play Halo 5 on it until they find a way to emulate it, which I think they're going to work on. To get over that hurdle, that whatever. But yeah, you can't actually play your Xbox games, your native console Xbox games on this yet. The Genius 200. So a handheld that won't play the native library with a trash Xbox PC app, all while saying they will finally get PS games, all by through Steam Loader. Right. To those players, you pay, we play. Oh, snap. I mean that's literally let's see. P-Rock played that Digital Foundry video for the chat I sent to you. Okay, all right, hold on. I thought they're talking about the handheld. Okay, that's pretty part of the topic. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Shout out to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, my brother. You always be hooking me up, man. Nucci always got it. Hold on, let me go back. Let's listen.
Yeah, I've had a good think about this. I mean, the question is whether this is a PC or a console. Now, if it's a PC, then the concept of being able to run native games, let's put the horsepower out of the equation for a moment, is it going to fall foul to licensing issues, right? Because obviously if you're putting out a console called an Xbox, it should be running your Xbox digital library. And if it's not running your Xbox digital library, that presents profound issues from my perspective, right? The question is, what happens to the Xbox One games and the Xbox Series games? Yeah, that's going to be curious. Maybe there's some sort of, they'd have to come up with some sort of crazy arrangement with third parties to allow their PC versions to run.
But then it
first
would be
party, I'm not worried about.
And I don't know.
Yeah, first party games not a problem, right? Because they'd just move you over to the PC version. The PC version's got Xbox Play Anywhere already. You're good to go. But elsewhere,
I don't know. I walked away just still kind of confused as to where they think they're going with Xbox as a brand right now.
I think like their branding here is pretty unequivocal. It's like, this is an Xbox, it's a console-like experience, this is a console, this is an Xbox, that kind of thing. And I just feel like they're really pushing this narrative that you buy an Xbox branded Xbox Ally X, you're getting an Xbox experience. And I just have to say a big question mark to that. I don't think you will, really. I don't think in the material ways in which an Xbox is defined, you're going to get that experience. I think you're going to get a good front end, possibly, for navigating Windows. That's something they could deliver. But I don't think they can deliver an Xbox console experience in a handheld at this time with the software that they do have.
And
so, I've had a good think about this. I mean,
let me get that. Yeah. So, I mean, they pretty much covered it.
They're not fooling anyone.
Yeah.
This thing isn't fooling anyone.
For the majority are not being fooled. The fanboys are being fooled.
No, but are they though? Because I feel like they're just saying that. Because
maybe they could just be talking shit. Like Aaron. Yeah. Aaron's in the chat. Let's ask them. Aaron Trucknet.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, you want someone next Friday? I want Aaron or Trucknet, same person. So one of them, just choose whichever profile they want to come in. I want to hear what it is that they're doing. And again, I'm not saying that this isn't a winning strategy for Microsoft. I understand it for Microsoft.
Yes.
It
is a winning strategy.
Who is it going to convince? Like, who is going to part with their money for this product?
Aaron and Trucknet. They're right there. Oh man. All right, man. I think we talked along about this right now. Right now I want to move on to the games. But we're gonna do it different. I know I separated each of the shows: Summer Games, State of Play, Xbox Showcase, but the truth is it's really all blurred in. But I really want to know from each of you, what did you like out of all the shows you've seen? What products that got you interested in the upcoming year and stuff like that? Like, for example, Extreme Pragmata. It survived. Yeah. You see, it survived.
Pure cinema.
Welcome to team. What is it? Team what do you call us?
The Road Mappers?
Yeah, Road Mappers. Look at that. We won. Pragmata survives. You know. So we'll start with you, Extreme. We'll start with you, Extreme. Across Summer Games Fest, State of Play.
You and I need to have a conversation, okay?
Oh what?
This needs to be something. Because I told you Team Multiplayer was coming back, baby.
Because of Fighter?
Marvel Token Fighters.
I'm gonna give you that.
Finally,
I'm gonna give you that.
A live service game.
I'm gonna give you that.
A live service game I can be proud of. I told you.
Okay, I'll give you that.
This whole marathon shit, that's not on me. I told you fair games, that's not on me. I have been telling you I've got reserves coming that I know are good.
I'm gonna give you that.
I've got soldiers I'm gonna put on the field.
But there's only so many fighters you're gonna make. So you got that one unit.
Listen, listen. The one after that also doesn't count. Okay, I can already tell you. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't count. Okay, whatever it is, don't put that shit on me.
I know. I was arguing on Twitter with the live show. Oh yeah, it's a live because you have your multiplayer guys, and they're arguing it's live service because you get download. Now I was fucking with them because I wanted to see if they can actually argue. Can you convince me that this fighter is actually a live service game? And they failed because the way they described it. I understand what they're saying. I understand how I always say a lot of multiplayer games evolved into live service. Fighters, sports games, Gran Turismo. So I know that these games, you can now put them on the live service because it evolved, right? But I'm not going to admit that in this war. So if you're going to come at me in a war, you're going to have to convince me, right? So I said, all right, so how is this live service? Oh, because you get downloadable content like skins and stuff like that, right? And then you also get content that adds to the game and make it, more, and you can keep playing it. I'm like, okay, so Witcher 3's live service then. And then they disappeared.
You're not so for that.
They literally describe Witcher 3. Literally.
Oh my god.
Skins, content, and content that you can keep playing the game. So like the expansion packs. So Witcher 3's live service, I never saw them again.
Yeah.
But I know what they're talking about. Yes, you can consider fighters, racers, sports games.
I hope that they don't do the whole battle passes, season passes, and all of the
they're going to do it. That's happening.
I hope
they're doing it.
Yeah, I know, but I hope that they are just going to give us a box price. And then they're going to actually treat it as The Witcher 3. Like, you want a character, pay $3.59.
They're gonna treat it like Street Fighter 6. Same model. You're gonna pay full price, and you're gonna have to pay for the season pass, characters, battle pass, stages. Yeah, it's all that. It's all there. But to be fair, as long as they include in-game monetary, because Street Fighter has that. Street Fighter has in-game monetary that you can use to buy the characters. You have to play a shit ton of Street Fighter to earn it. But you can do it. It is possible. Yeah. Same thing like Gran Turismo.
Same with Gran Turismo. Yep.
You don't have to actually buy the cars. You can earn in-game credit and buy the cars. But you're gonna have to drive a fuck ton. You have to drive a ton. Really? I don't know. Well, you guys decide that. I don't know. So if they got a good balance,
that's true.
Street Fighter though,
but it's still the same. It's still the same. Gran Turismo does it where at least you have a chance to earn a lot of money and to actually fill up your garage with cars. These other games, you literally have to spend months and months and months just to fucking buy a pair of shoes, right?
Yeah, it's exaggerated.
Yeah, it is.
It's designed to where you're gonna buy it if you really want it. Because the amount of like Street Fighter is ridiculous. Street Fighter, I'm like, holy shit! Like it takes a lot to get one character.
The point is, the multiplayer side has finally shown some sign of life. Okay, we are going to do.
Listen,
what we're going to
you got a defibrillator. You got a defibrillator. No, they came with a defibrillator.
That's exactly right. And
that's what you got. You're not battle ready. J-Dub didn't clear you. He didn't clear you for battle yet. You're still in the hospital.
Listen, I got one more good one.
You're not full duty. You're not full duty
already.
You're not full duty. Yeah. You're not full duty yet, Extreme. You are not. The medical officer has not.
Fight another war. We're gonna live to fight another war.
Hey, listen. The medical officer has not signed you off for full duty.
Yeah.
You still have to go through rehab.
What do you mean we, J-Dub? You left. You left.
He's back himself.
He's
fired. He's firing y'all. He fired. He fired people.
The iceberg on the Titanic and he got in his helicopter.
Sony Ben was his last straw, man. Sony Ben was his last straw. He was like, you know what, man? I'm done. Sony Ben was his last straw.
I can't show up every week, brother, and put on a good fight, brother. And sometimes,
listen, man, I had you hold it down. I had you hold it down.
Yeah.
And I knew the win was coming.
You can
I'm
only
gonna
be
just hold it
posted for
down
so
for Gran
long.
Turismo when Puerto
That's
Rock
it.
is
Gran
trash.
Turismo
Nigga.
8.
That's what I'm gonna
There you go. That's it.
do.
And then you
Oh
gotta
yeah,
leave that
that'd be a
alone
good
because it's
one.
successful. That game sold like 12 million. But anyway, back to what I said.
Yeah.
So sorry you Extreme. Across Summer Games Fest, State of Play, Xbox Showcase,
You know
aka
what?
State of Play version
I'm
2.0.
going to talk about it
What did you
generally.
like?
Okay.
Yeah, generally,
Very
yes,
first
yes.
thing, I
Mhm.
like the non-in-person events. Okay, Summer Game Fest was a boring thing, and I think half of the actually 90% of the reason it was boring, I think, is because of the live audience. I don't like the live audience; they don't contribute much. Now, I'm not saying that being there live is bad. I'm sure being like it's like any game, right? There's hardly any sport on earth that isn't fun to play, but not every sport is fun to watch. And watching a live audience, watching their presence take up time, and with the fake tears, and like, yeah, like, whoa, like you're not even excited about this game. Just stay quiet, like stay mum about it. This whole fake excitement, I hate it. So I like the fact that at least most of their shows were just like straight up direct presentations. I really like that. I enjoyed the state of play because that was the one that actually gave like a hype moment. If you're going to, like, people say they want to go into these things to feel the hype. Marvel Token Fighters, it was exactly everything that you wanted. What I liked about State of Play is that State of Play answered everything that everybody says that they want out of Sony. They want to see more double A games. They want to see more Japan representation. They want to see more VR2 representation. They want to see a game from PlayStation that isn't a third person over the shoulder sad dad simulator. They want to see PlayStation go back into genres that they haven't done in ages, like a fighting genre. Every single thing that these people said that they want PlayStation to do was pretty much answered in that state of play. Oh, they want day and date games on PlayStation Plus. It gave you day and date games on PlayStation Plus. So for me, it was like PlayStation was listening to all of these bullshit complaints, and they were like, yeah, okay, we're going to give you a show that answers every single one of these things. And then the only thing that people now want to complain about is, oh my God, why did they put Ghost of Yote teaser in the state of play? Because you say you want more first party. But clearly they were like, this isn't the show to give you that. So we're going to tell you when we're going to give it to you just a few weeks later. And now people are like, oh no, I don't like being teased. It's like, really? You're a roadmapper. Your entire thing is that you want to hear about the announcement without hearing about the game. Like, shut the fuck up. So I enjoy State of Play because of that. It just proved how hypocritical people are. The Summer Game Fest, I don't really need to see Jeff Keighley. Like, I like Jeff. I like him in the Game Awards. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to see you twice a year. Okay, like it's just, I don't know. For me, he doesn't have that on-stage presence to actually be like a great host. I don't think that he has particular chemistry with the audience. It's whatever. I feel like he's talking more to his sponsorships than he's talking to the people. So for me, I'm like, if you just made just trailer after trailer after trailer, I would just like that a lot better. But it was fine. Summer Game Fest, it was fine. It was above average. Okay, the games that were there were great. What is it? The Future Game Show. Actually, I thought the Future Game Show was great. They had what is it? Two presenters. One was Laura Bailey, who played everybody's favorite golfer in The Last of Us Part 2, Abby. And then the other one was not Abby. So, anyways, they had good chemistry. It was a great showcase. Some of it was like repeated trailers, or I guess new trailers for games that were already announced, which kind of takes the hype out of it, but it is what it is. And then finally, the Xbox showcase, State of Play Part 2, so that was fine, But here's the thing. What I liked overall is that there was a lot of indie games representation. And I've always said to people that this is the best generation of gaming so far because indie games are now reaching a level of polish, a level of amazement that rivals the big AAA producers and publishers and everything like that. So if you are like, hey, I like the established, I like the tried and true, you can have something like Doom the Dark Ages, and that would be fantastic for you. But if you're like, hey, I want something new, I want something that is different from anything that I've ever played before, you have a title like Cairn, which was shown off first in the PlayStation State of Play, but it's like a climbing simulator. And I played the demo that is out for it on Steam and PlayStation 5, by the way. Give it a try. And I liked it. And I think of it like a vertical Death Stranding. your body balance, how much where your weight is going and everything like that, planning your route is the game. So it really reminds me of Death Stranding in that way. And that can be a very meditative experience. But man, indie games are absolutely killing it, right? They are no longer like, oh, that's good for an indie game. No, now it's like that's just a great game, no matter how many people worked on it or who publishes it. You have so many amazing games. So yeah, man, we saw a lot of amazing games from studios that we either haven't heard, never heard of before, or studios that we haven't heard of in a while, and that is exciting. That's very exciting. There was no way that you worked out all of the three. There's no way that you worked out all of these 4 press conferences and you didn't have at least 10 games that looked good to you, and that's just fantastic as gamers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. The truth.
I'll say.
What?
Go ahead, Truth.
Oh, you want to go? If you want to go, either or.
No, you can go.
Who is
Go ahead,
ready?
Truth. Go ahead, Truth.
Who's ready? Who's ready? Oh, the truth went to take a shit.
Go ahead, Truth.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He went to take a shit.
That's
He out there looting in LA. That's what he doing. Better watch out, bro. Marines out there. Stay away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that State of Play was good though. I liked it, the Marvel game, because I'm a big fighting game fan. Outside of Souls, I'm gonna get that fighting stick too. That thing was fire. I can't. That's a day one for me. So,
are you gonna get the Xbox milk jug? The milk dispenser?
Oh yeah. Nah, I'm good. No, but the only thing I wish that they showed was where winds meet, because I've been waiting for that game for a long time. It's supposed to be a console exclusive on PlayStation, and it's going to come to PC too. But I'm waiting for that game. And the Ballad of Antra, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I always wanted to play that game too. But other than that, the State of Play was brilliant, man. The Capcom game was great. Yeah, it was awesome. You know, the other one was the Summer Game Fest. That was all right. They had a lot of good scary games in it. That game Ill looked crazy. I don't know if y'all looked at that, but that game Ill looked crazy. And he capped it off with Resident Evil 9. I'm feeling that. I definitely want to get that. The Xbox One, that was a little overwhelming for me. I actually lost interest in it for some reason. I don't know why. I tried to like it, but it just wasn't hitting me. And then the last game they showed was Call of Duty. I got hype at one point. Then I looked at it. I'm like, that's a Call of Duty? My jaw just dropped. I was like, I don't. They make those games every year. I just lost interest in it. So, yeah, it was okay. It's a good week for gaming, and that's the highest rated State of Play. I don't know if you guys noticed. So, for all people complaining about State of Plays, everybody's watching them. So, the results show different. The numbers don't lie. J-Dub, you can take it.
Yeah, listen, it did everything, like M said, it did everything that was required by me. I wanted to see new IP. I wanted to see exclusive IP. I wanted to see something from first party. I wanted to, they shocked me with the hardware, right? I'm like, damn, Sony, you got all this hardware and dropping more hardware? See, they're doubling and tripling down on their console. That's what I like to see. I want to know that PlayStation is here to stay. I want to see major development in that shit for the long haul. The fact that, I mean, we all know that they own Evo, and we're starting to see they got their own fight stick now. They're producing their own fighter with Marvel and the fight. It just, I ain't gonna lie, when they came with that was really icing on the cake.
Yo, the fight stick was hype. That is so cool.
They showed the fight stick before they showed the game, and I was like, oh, fight stick, oh, okay, cool. But then, like, moments later, then they showed you why you need to buy the fight stick, because we got our own fighter, our own exclusive fighter. I was like, oh shit, Sony they really bought that life. And so that was good. That was really good to see. But they had a big variety of games. Like you said, they tackled the VR. There was something for everybody. And the more we progress in this generation, and the more the complaints I hear from everybody, I get it. Not every show can can top the show that we had in 2016 or something like that. We're probably never going to be able to get that again, right? It's been this long before we, we're just probably not going to do that again. They don't have to. They don't really have a competition at this time, so they're gonna let their games cook. They're gonna show stuff when they want to, not when we want to, but when they want to. And I think the games when they come out, I think the bulk of them will be great. I think we're going to be excited for them. We're all going to buy it. We're all going to support it. And I think that as a gamer, I think that's kind of where I'm at. I would love to see Wolverine. I would love to see more of Intergalactic and what Corey Barlog's been working on, and I would love to see that stuff. And I know it's coming. We're like year going on year 5, and
yep, this will be year 5.
After so much time keep passing in every state of play they show us, we're like, okay, they didn't show it here. They didn't show. Or it's like so now I'm just like, all right, cool. I have no expectations outside of show me stuff that will take my money. That's what I want you to show me. Show me the reason why I have my PlayStation and why I'm investing in this. Show me something that's going to take advantage of the hardware. Show me something that, and I get it. Not everything is going to be first party, because Porter Rock told us fucking years ago they make more money on third party than they do first party, right? They make money on the microtransactions and what you say, Porter Rock? They're a transaction company, right?
They're a marketplace provider.
They're a marketplace provider, right? That's why they make the bulk of their money. Then the fact that Microsoft is dumping all their goddamn games on PlayStation, that is just less incentive for them to feel pressured or rushed to throw some stuff out there. And I think kind of like with Ghost of Yotai, where we didn't know it was coming and then they dropped it, right? Just out of nowhere. The same thing with Intergalactic. We didn't expect that. We didn't know that. We thought Naughty Dog was done for the rest of the generation, and they drop it out there. And I know if any one of us was running Sony, we would probably do it differently. But then let's say we have this showcase and they throw all their chips on the table. Then we spend the next 3-4 years waiting for those games to release, and then we're back to square one. Well, you showed us something in 2025, but here it is 2028, 29, and you haven't really showed us anything. Those games are still being worked on. Those games are this and that. And then so I don't know. I don't know I know a lot of people, we have these requirements that we would like to see. I just think I'm over it. I think I just my hey, this show will have Wolverine. This show will have this, and this will be the show. I think I'm just done with it because I'm tired of waiting. It is what it is. They're gonna show it when it's ready, and I don't think if they come out and say, hey, we got a showcase next week, my first state of mind is not going to be, hey, this is where they're going to show Wolverine and Corey Barlog's game. I'm so far over it. I'll just be like, okay, they're going to show us something. Now let's see. And I think that's where my personal expectations are. It's just, they did their job. They showed me a ton of games that I'm going to buy. In Jeff Keighley show, I think I don't know if I'm maturing or I'm getting older or what, but I was glad he showed a variety of games that some I was interested in, some I'm not. Some was not my cup of tea. Others just like, oh shit, I can't wait for that. Let me go wish list this. That's kind of where I'm at in gaming in my gaming life right now. Just show me something that speaks to me and that I'll be interested in. And they showed a bunch of that, and I wish list a bunch of it. Some of it on my PC, some of it on my PlayStation. And so I think I will say this. I was hoping that they would show more Nintendo Switch 2 stuff, because Mario Kart is not really the cup of tea you know that's gonna kind of like solve it for the rest of the year as far as what they're coming out with. That would make me go and spend all this money or whatever. But I was hoping that Nintendo would get some stuff, and they really didn't show anything for Nintendo. So I think that probably was a little disappointing to me. To me.
Are you feeling that Donkey Kong? You gonna buy that?
Nah, I'm not feeling that at all. I'm not. I'm not feeling that at all. Yeah, it's just you just crashing into the ground and you just busting stuff up, right? It's just and plus it's made by the Mario Odyssey team. Mario Odyssey was okay to me. It wasn't the best to me. So I don't know. It's like, and I was glad I saw that they're going to update Splatoon on the 12th, which is a couple of days, and they're creating a new IP out of the Splatoon franchise, which is good to see. Played plenty of hours in Splatoon with the kids and stuff like that. Great IP. I'm glad they're doing that. That's something that would interest me, but it's still not enough to get me to go out and buy it and buy a Switch 2 just to play the Splatoon 3 that I had already purchased previously a little bit better. So I'm waiting for that knockout game that's gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta cop that, right? And it just what they showed me so far, there's just nothing that's like, and they haven't shown much, right? Outside of Metroid and the Donkey Kong, which even they know the Donkey Kong is not that big of a game because of the price, right? It's like 50 bucks. So even they know it's not, and if
I'm comping that Metroid though. I don't know about you, but I'm comping it.
I don't know. I gotta see. But what else besides that, right? You got Metroid, you got Mario Kart, right? And if you're not a Mario Kart, then maybe you're a Metroid fan, right? Maybe they do for you. But then what else after that?
Cyberpunk 2077 at 18 FPS.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah.
But yo, hold on. How come we not holding Nintendo to the fire like that? Like Sony?
Listen, bro, because you can't beat them, bro. You can't
about
beat them,
first
bro.
party games. What about them?
You can't beat them, bro. You can't beat them. They 140 million strong, dedicated.
It's a hybrid.
You ain't beating them.
It's a handheld. They're gonna skate all across, being held accountable. It is what it is. Them $80 fucking games.
Let me give a shout out to Gordo P23. Thank you for super chat. Says Sword of the Sea. Romeo is dead. Romeo is a dead man. Beast of Reincarnation and the Splinter Cell looking game from Xbox show were the best things. Jay Thomas with the super chat. Honestly, I feel like too many people watch these shows with the idea in their heads that they're owed something rather than just chilling the fuck out and trying to enjoy getting to see something new. That is true, right? That's why I'm going to say all these shows were dog shit because I didn't get my Wolverine, right? No Logan, no buy. All right? I didn't see Logan. I ain't buying shit. Now I'm playing. I'm lying. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Where wins me, this shit is fire, bro. I've been playing the trailer. I don't know if you were seeing it, the truth, but this shit is fire, bro. I had no idea about this game. Look at this game. Yo, anyway, all right, this shit's fire. I ain't gonna lie. That shit's another one of my. Yo, these Chinese developers, they're gonna take over, bro. Japan in the West, you better step up, right? You better step up your game. But over here, here's like a little quick list of some of Games Fest stuff. Resident Evil Requiem. Telling you, man, Capcom's goated, bro. And they got Pragmata, right? And also we already knew about
finally got Pragmata.
Yeah, I know, right? And then we also got Onimusha. Capcom's goated, bro.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Goated, yeah.
Have you guys played the Neo 3 demo on PlayStation?
I don't play demos.
It's exclusive to PlayStation.
I don't play demos.
You need to download it. You need to download it.
No. I stopped playing demos. They ruined the experience.
It's great.
I'm buying it day one. So I'm good.
It looks amazing. It looks especially on the Pro. It looks amazing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, bruh.
Neo 3. Yeah. Listen, I was one of the first people in the community. I remember when they showed that game.
Exclusive for PlayStation.
Oh shit. I remember Neo was shown at the PlayStation Experience, and I was like, yo, that shit was good, and everybody was bashing me. I'm like, that's because PlayStation got no games. I'm like, bro, how can you bash? That shit looks dope.
Yeah.
And now look. Yeah. I'll tell you, so I'm there day one with Neo 3. Oh, I cannot wait. My Pro's ready. Requiem, Resident Evil Requiem. Oh yeah. Capcom's goated, bro. Death Stranding's this month. Mortal Shell 2. I played that game. I couldn't finish it, bro. I tried playing Mortal Shell. I wasn't into it. I wasn't into it. Believe it or not,
what about Invincible Versus?
Oh yeah, that looks good, man. I was surprised. I like that one for the Xbox Showcase. Invisible Versus. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like the fighters, boy.
I'm gonna get it on
Between
my
that and
PS5
Tokon,
Pro.
oh man,
Yeah,
that's an
that
Xbox / PlayStation showcase. They just should name it that because like 95% of those games was coming to PlayStation.
Man.
That's what they.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The mouse PI for hire, I'm getting that. The Mickey Mouse. I don't know why. It's Mickey Mouse. I don't know why, but it's Mickey Mouse, man.
Yeah.
Atomic Heart 2. I actually,
Mickey Mouse would have been.
Yeah, I actually beat Atomic Heart, and I'm like, I don't know.
It was okay, right? It was just an okay game.
It was an okay game.
But part 2 looks amazing.
We'll
like
see,
graphically, it looks amazing. But part 1 was
they're a little horny. That game's a little horny. Yeah. Like if you play the game, you'll know. There's a motherfuckers
Yeah.
You haven't played it?
No, it is. You'll see the characters, the women, the characters.
The truth.
I haven't played it. I haven't played it.
The horny motherfuckers. You'll see. You play that shit. They're horny as fuck.
I got it. I just never played it. It's sitting in the plastic.
Yeah, you'll see. Onimusha with the Sword. Of course, I'm playing that day one. Cosmic Invasion. I was surprised. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, that looks cool. What is it? This one also. I know Liza P. People are gonna have issues with it because apparently it has easy mode. So everybody's pissed off. Like all the diehard Souls fans are pissed off that Liza P has an easy mode.
It's an option. Like when you any game, well, most games, when you start a game, it'll ask you what difficulty you want. If you're the guy that just loves that, you just put that shit on hard. Don't take it away, because I will tell you, there have been some games that not many, but there have been some games where I just get frustrated and I say, fuck this. I take this shit and I just don't fucking boot it up again.
I think they like the idea that somebody else can't beat the game, which is weird. Like, why would you give a shit about some random person that you don't know? You don't know the person. And here's the thing. Here's the thing where I tell people, because I had this conversation. They're like, oh, you got to have whatever. I'm like, listen. All right, you might be able to do that on the console gamers, but on the PC gamers, you know they have cheat trainers and all these apps that helps them beat the game anyway. So, like, who are, like, if you're really going to hold the standard, you're really only holding the console gamer to that standard. Because the PC gamers, they can cheat right from the rip.
Yep.
Like, shit, you see Hip Hop Gamer. That man is the ambassador for cheating. You know, in terms of, cheat training, not online cheating. Like, he doesn't endorse that, but like single player, infinity health, unlimited experience, all that shit. Man, that man has no shame, bro. That man will tell you, I love it. And that's how he enjoys his games. He likes to enjoy games where the character feels like a god. That's, and there's a lot of gamers like that. And it is, some console gamers had that. Remember Game Genie and all that other shit?
Yeah,
they had that shit.
We grew up on that shit.
Yeah, the Konami code.
What's the problem?
That's why. Yeah, that's why. Like, if they put an easy mode on Souls games, don't worry about it. That's some random dude you never met that's playing it on easy and beating it. For the 007, I'm interested in that. First Light.
Yeah.
Mind's Eye. I don't know, man. First Dominican cat, and they fucking the game up. Man, shame on them. Oh man, that's what we get, man. They're kicking us out, man. Wu Chang for Them Feathers is another one I'm looking at. So there's some good titles that I saw that I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I like Xbox Showcase. Xbox State of Play. There's a few good shit. Now let's talk about this Outer Worlds. $80,
bruh. DOA.
Chief, that ain't it, Chief. I didn't. I knew they were going to do $80, but I honestly thought it was going to be Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to happen to Call of Duty anyway. But I thought that would have been the first game to get introduced to $80, not Outer Worlds.
Microsoft don't give a fuck.
That's not an $80 game, bro. I played.
Sacrificial lamb.
But that's terrible because it's not that game. I played and beat Outer Worlds and the DLC.
I know.
Like that's the Outer Worlds 2 is not the $80 game. It's not an $80 game. It's not. That's a terrible game to start the trend off with. Boy, PC gamers ain't gonna buy that, and that's still on Steam. And Steam usually gets their games $10 cheaper.
Yep.
Not no more. Because when they did the $70 price hike for consoles, some of the PC games were still $60. And the PC Master is like, haha, you console plebs. But now, you're a pleb just like us.
Yep.
I'm not buying Out of Words for $280. Here, listen, keep fucking around. I'm gonna get back on that GameFly. This industry wants to go on that $80 hype. Keep fucking around. Me and GameFly will be reunited. Be like the song "Reunited," and it feels so good. I'll be Team GameFly. I will get sponsored by GameFly. Fuck around and find out. I will write to GameFly and be like, yo, I got a YouTube channel. Sponsor me. We're gonna get this cracking. I'm a boost these
Porter
numbers
Rock finna get his Cyberpunk chair on.
That's it.
Man.
I'm gonna get my GameFly chair. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell this out. Be like, gotta support the devs. Nah, gotta support GameFly. Let's go. But they showed a couple of things, right? Invincible Versus. Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool and stuff like that. They finally got Final Fantasy, and it's the jank version. What is going on? What is going on? In fact, let me try to find that. Let me try to find because I think you have it. You already have it in the DM. You have it in the group, right?
Yeah.
Did you post it in the house of AMD?
Let me do it right now. I'm pretty sure I
no, here it goes. I got Nibs that also did it. Yeah, I got it. I found it.
Okay.
Listen to this. Like, yo, like at least PC gamers, when they wait, they eventually get the better version, right? Because they got the hardware and all that shit. But this is what you Xbox gamers get when you wait.
But the graphics mode has some weird problems relative to PS5. Firstly, the Series X is softer and lower resolution. So in this shot, the PS5 is at 1440p roughly, and the Series X is at 1224p or so. So that's a bit of a curious difference. Oftentimes we don't see that big of a resolution divergence between the two consoles, and oftentimes it favors the Series X in these comparisons. But in this case, it's favoring the PS5 by quite a large margin, and it's a lot softer. Both seem to be using the TSC-MAA plus FSR1
that shit
combo
is louder than Vaseline.
The PlayStation 5 version shipped with at launch, but the Xbox version
that shit is straight Vaseline, bro.
Easily count the stair steps here. There seems to be a contrast difference between the two. I have both consoles set to default brightness in this game with HDR off, limited range capture, but on Xbox the highlights are not as bright and sometimes the shadows are a little bit lifted. It's really weird. There are some other minor visual differences, like some divergences in the grass shadows here, and there are also some issues in some
that shit looks like you're playing it on the Switch too.
In the foliage rendering, where the Xbox just kind of looks broken in some trees and some bushes here, so that's very odd. And there's the frame rate mode, which threw me for even more curveballs. So it's similar, but the resolution difference is even bigger. It's a huge difference. So in this shot, we're going back to this shot. PS5 is 1080p, Series X is 720p.
Oh man, it's PlayStation 4, Xbox One all over again. Oh
shots
man,
I tested, I believe there's DRS here. It also
y'all paying $600 for an Xbox console? Yeah, 720p in performance mode for the Xbox version.
Yep.
720p 60. Oh man, what are we doing here, bro? This shit.
The most powerful console.
The world's most powerful console. You got 12 T-flops.
Listen,
you got full RDNA 2. Yo, y'all pay $600 for this Xbox? Yes, I'm saying 600 because that's how much it costs right now. $600 for 720p. Oh man, y'all waited like 5 years for this game.
Version?
Oh shit! Y'all need a mid-gen refresh. Y'all need a mid-gen refresh, bad, bro. Oh man, where's the mid-gen refresh?
You know what? This is bittersweet because this would have been such a great console war moment, but the console war is over. It's not even fun anymore. It's like, stop it. He's already dead. You know the meme from Simpsons? It's like, it's not as enjoyable. Yo, 720p though. I thought they were comparing like the PS5 Pro versus the Xbox Series X, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh man, this is. Man, I think the Series X version is running the Series S version. Oh man, this is bad. Like, what is going on here?
Archways here and less detailed foliage.
Aaron, you need to get on this mic, man. You need to come and defend your people.
You gotta defend this. What the fuck is these? Yeah, man. Yo, man, how you wait for games and get the worst version? That's not how it works. You're supposed to get the version that's all ironed out.
5 years?
Yeah, it's all.
Well, to be fair, PC does it all the time. So,
oh shit, you're supposed to get all the ironed out, all the kinks ironed out, and you get the better version. Like, we're supposed to beta test it. Like, PlayStation should have beta tested this game for Xbox. right?
You know what's fucked up?
Oh
When
man,
Xbox brings the game
listen,
to PS5,
man.
we get a better version of those games.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. We got the pro
once
enhancements.
Square
Like all
Enix
these
takes a
games
game
are
to
pro
them,
enhanced.
nah.
Yeah, all these games are pro enhanced. All of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get the pro enhancements. You know, thanks to Microsoft. Thank you. Appreciate your efforts. True SSJ. Xbox down horrendously. What the fuck? 720p. PS5 over Series X. Yo, that's just crazy. When I saw that, I'm like 720p. And yo, that's just crazy, right? But right here, so one of the big highlights again also is Token. I was like, yo, this is crazy, right? Because it's been a while since we got a new Marvel fighting game, right? And I thought out of all the companies, it was going to end up being Capcom, because they've been doing it for decades, right? And they do a great job of it. They do a fantastic job. So I knew eventually a fighting Marvel game was going to come. Man, I'm like, there's no way. Like hell, Capcom did it when during a time when Marvel wasn't super big in gaming to the level it is now. So I'm like, oh, I know Capcom's one day is going to drop the bomb and we're going to get a new like Marvel versus Capcom or a new Marvel X-Men, some shit. To see Sony was the one that did it, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That shit is wild, bro. Like, yo, that shit is wild, right? And here's the thing, and this is where, console warriors or whatever. Their argument is, well, it's not Sony first party, it's Arc System ones. I'm like, oh my god, you guys are morons. Listen. Like the way Extreme does. Listen. Right? The amount of listens will tell you the importance of the listen. Sony doesn't have, listen. Sony doesn't have a fighting studio. There is no, fighting first party studio, right? And this is why I always say Sony does more than just with their own first party studio. They have vision to get with other studios and get projects going, right? And that is something that Microsoft is very weak at as well, right? They didn't have the vision to get with the right people to do stuff like that, right? So I'm always like, why the fuck the trailer's not working? Is it because of Brave? Is Brave? Oh, I think they're blocking. This is the Brave web browser. I'm gonna have to do this on Chrome. But yeah, so yeah, I could probably do it on YouTube too. But Sony got with the right studio, right? And got this project going. Now, what I'm really also cool with, I really like, is the fact they gave Arc Studios, which is a smaller fighting studios known for Guilty Gear and other stuff, or the other titles, but to be able to handle such a big IP with Marvel, and now it's in their hand, vice a studio like Capcom, that's a great opportunity that Sony provided Arc System Works, right? Because I don't think they would have been able to do that on their own. Being able to coordinate, right? Because they're mostly known for Guilty Gear and another niche titles, right? Especially in fighters. So for them to be able to have now this huge IP and be able to deal with some of the biggest, superhero characters in gaming, right? That's a great thing for them, right? That's I'm like, wow, bro, that's fucking pretty cool that Sony opened this opportunity up for them, and now they have a huge IP on their hands. Right, that's pretty fantastic. So like that's fantastic, and that's what I like about PlayStation. And people don't notice that, right? Like a lot of the haters, right? Because Xbox sucks. Instead of just admitting Xbox sucks, and that Xbox created their own problems, not being competitive in the sense of creativity. And you brought that up with like Satya and them. They're not creative. They don't have the creative mind, right? But meanwhile, PlayStation is pushing Chinese game development, Stellar Blade, and stuff. Now they're going into African territory. Yeah. And then they years ago they said, you know what, let's get with Insomniac and let's make Spider-Man the biggest it's ever been. Spider-Man has never been bigger in gaming than it's ever been now. It is really. In fact, I would say right now it overshadowed
Wolverine's about to be even bigger.
Yeah, Wolverine's going to be bigger than it's ever been.
Wolverine
and when X-Men comes
like
next gen, and when next gen comes and X-Men, they start making X-Men games, it's going to be ridiculous, right? So now with Tokon, like, bro, they're helping Arc get their name even more out there with a bigger name, bigger IP. Yo, it's crazy, man. And they own Evo, so you know they're going to put a spectacle and put this game at the forefront. Between Street Fighter and Tokon, those are going to be the two headliners for the next Evo. That's just crazy, man. I was like, wow. This
like,
weekend
you know what
game
my
has been
friend
good.
was telling me? He told me they should throw PlayStation characters in there. Nathan Drake.
Nah, no,
like
no, man. You know what? Slap your friend. Slap the fuck out of your friend. Yo, listen. Sometimes, listen. Sometimes your peeps need a back smack. Sometimes they need a good crack across the face.
Wait,
sometimes,
Mortal
man,
Kombat
listen,
1 does it?
You can't let your friends do drugs, bro. You can't let your friends do drugs. Sometimes you gotta get your boy off the fentanyl, bro. Nathan Drake, you boy, man, your boy.
Nathan Drake, a little Chronos in there.
Did you tell your
Marvel
friend the crack pandemic?
PlayStation?
Listen. Did you tell your friend the crack pandemic is over? He ain't gotta do that no more. Like, stop it, bro. And weed is legal in California. Tell him to stick to weed. Tell him to go to the dispensary. Stay on that loud. Don't be doing the hardest shit, bro. That shit is wild.
He's actually, he's actually the same guy that taught me Wolverine was canceled. I said it's not canceled, bro.
Man,
tell him you don't hear about it.
Listen, he's a secret bot. He's a secret bot. You gotta get him out of that ecosystem, man. Get him the PS5 Pro. It's on sale. Shout out to Jay Thomas. By the same line of bot logic, Perfect Dark and Contraband can't be counted since they're being developed outside of Xbox first party. Oh, I guess, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, even Nintendo doesn't. Nintendo has first-party titles that's not made by, look at Metro Prime, or I think what it was, Super Smash Brothers. They're not made by actually their own first-party stuff. It is what it is. But, I think this week, last week of Summer Game Fest, it was really good. It was a good week. It was a good week if you just enjoyed what was revealed and look forward to new shit. But if you have expectations like, oh, I want to see Perfect Dark, or I want to see Wolverine, or I want to see Corey Balog's new game, or if you have a certain expectation of certain games that's not fully announced or hasn't been actually fully revealed, then yeah, you're not gonna like it. I would say this though. I'm gonna leave it at this. Nintendo gamers should be like, wait a minute. A lot of these games haven't got a Switch 2 announcement right along with the other platforms. It might come later. Maybe because they haven't announced it because they haven't started projects. Who knows? But, Switch 2 was supposed to be touted as having hardware where now third party, where according to some, it's going to be the place to enjoy third party. Better than PlayStation. I'm like, oh, man, you guys do too much. You guys do too much. But all right, we'll see how that works. But a lot of games didn't get the Switch 2 logo on it. But doesn't mean they can't come later on. But I don't know. Don't buy the Switch 2 for third party. Buy it for Nintendo's first party. That's your tried and true. That metric you will never fail. It will never fail you. Switch, Nintendo, and first party, you will always win. But if you out here be like, nah, I want to move my third party over to Switch because I love Switch, all right? Okay. That's your choice. You have the right to do what you want. Just don't complain. True SSJ, P-Rock, how did you forget Game Freak not doing Pokemon? Oh, yeah, they're the ones that did Pokemon, right? I don't play Pokemon, man. I don't play that shit. But I knew Pokemon also weren't the ones that, was also another first-party game, but it's not actually made by a first-party studio. So that happens all the time, right? But the creativity of the publisher to get things done. So that Tokon, is that how it's pronounced? Tokon or Tokun? I don't know.
I think it's Tokun.
Extreme. How you pronounce it?
I think it's Token.
He knows the Queen's English. Token?
Yeah, I think it's Token.
Hey, Extreme! Right. Stop playing Xbox. What's the pronunciation or what's the proper pronunciation? Is it Token? Token?
I'm going to say Token.
Token?
And
Token?
until somebody, I don't know. Until somebody corrects me. I don't speak Japanese, okay? Until somebody corrects me, it's going to be.
I should know this. I lived in Japan for a while, so.
Oh, he's saying it's two. Leech in the chat saying it's two.
I don't even know, really.
Extreme. I don't know myself. Tell us that we don't know what we're talking about.
All right. So like Leech saying is Toucan, but New Doughboy saying is Tocone. Tocone? That's what he wrote. He put it, MB. Doughboy, he wrote it, Tocone.
We could just call it Marvel Fighting Souls because that's what that word means in Japan anyway. Fighting Souls.
True SSJ said it's Tocone. All right, so it is Tocone. It's Tocone. I like it. Tocone. You put an E at the end.
Man, I just want to know who
So
I'm
it's Cone.
blaming for when.
Puff Man removed the E, so it's Tocon. Nigga, I like it with the E, Tocon.
Is this making sense to anyone?
I like Tocon. They're laughing. Y'all put the E at the end, so it's Cone. Taco. No, KK, you got me fucked up on that one. Tacon. Yeah. Nah, it's Tocon. I'm calling it Tocon. Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Puerto Rock?" Tocon. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, we covered the topics.
Didn't Black Myth Wukong went to Xbox, right? Like conspiracy is continuing.
Oh yeah, in August. So the marketing deal ended.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe they're still with that, bro.
Yeah, man, they're still talking about that.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Nintendo of America made an announcement. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Nintendo Switch 2 has sold over 3.5 million units worldwide in its first 4 days, becoming the fastest selling Nintendo hardware ever globally.
Wow. That's Nintendo
worldwide.
For you. That's Nintendo numbers.
All right, so it's the fastest selling Nintendo hardware. All right. Of all time.
Well done.
So they got the stock in, you know what I'm saying? They got the stock in 3.5 in, right? What I want to see is month 3 and 4. Because that's where the true test comes in.
Telltale
sign. Everybody, oh, your damage control. I'm like, listen, that's like I said.
Anything
I even said,
the Pro was sold.
Yeah, the launch price. You're gonna have the hardcore. You're gonna have the tech enthusiasts. You're gonna have the content creators. You're gonna have the big fans. They're all gonna show up, and it's gonna sell a lot.
Yep.
But once you get past the main fan base and all that, and you get the casuals, that's when you're gonna see. Because that's what happened to Wii U. Not to this extent, because Wii U didn't sell that much, but it sold good the first 2 months.
It sold out,
and then it sold out, and then it died out. Everything. So it's gonna be interesting to see the long game of Switch, and stuff like that. But 3.5 million, fastest selling Nintendo device in 4 days. I mean, 3.5 million for hardware. You know what? Nintendo's pretty much caught up to PC handheld.
Yeah, pretty much.
About 3.5 million 4 days.
Yeah.
And PC handhelds like 4 or 5.
Xbox handheld.
Yeah. It's already, PC handhelds 4 to 6 million. And Nintendo already did 3.5 in 4 days. This is what I'm saying. The PC handhelds niche as fuck. Nintendo, 3.5 million for their handheld in 4 days. That shit takes 3.5 million for Steam Deck took 3 years for them to sell 4 million or 3 million, whatever. It took 3 years. Nintendo did that shit in 4 days. So that's what I'm saying. PC handhelds niche. It's very niche. Man, that's crazy. Both see, yeah. So okay, so good on Nintendo. 3.5 million. You know what I'm saying? For 720p 30 gaming.
Number.
That is impressive. That is absolutely huge. I wouldn't be surprised for the month they set the record for launch month. I wouldn't be surprised. That would not surprise me at all.
I think you're exactly on the money there.
I'm not impressed.
Oh, wait a minute. Daniel, he said, no, you listen, J-Dot, don't do it. Because Zooey X followed up on that and said, this makes it not just the best-selling Nintendo console in the first 4 days, but the fastest-selling home video game console of all time. Oh,
well, that's
Lord.
true. Well, that's true. But the reason I say I'm not impressed because they didn't have to go through COVID and shortages and stuff. They came through in the good time era. You know what I'm saying?
It says right here, for reference, it took the PS4 2 weeks to sell 2.1 million units and 6 weeks to sell 4.2 million units. It took PS5 7 weeks to sell 4.4 million units. Oh, man.
No stock. Remember, COVID.
Yeah, but it's still 7 weeks. But even PS4 has stock and only sold 2.1 million units in 2 weeks.
Not impressed.
Says not dog. You ain't winning this fight, dog. 3.5 million in 4 days. Oh shit, that shit sold more than Concord. Oh man. He said fuck Nintendo. Oh man. That shit. Yeah. Concord needed those numbers. Oh man. But good shit for Nintendo. That's just crazy. Oh man. Shit. So Nintendo's out there balling. But we'll see what it is. All right. So that's it. That wraps up the show. Oh wait.
Yeah, buddy.
Mount Cash, PlayStation X, their studio is helping make Tokan. Yes, they are. You know what? That is true. XF does provide the support.
It is
right,
a
like
first party game. It is a first party game.
It's a first party. Yeah, I would imagine XDev is also to optimize the console. Because Arc System works. And stuff.
Yep.
So they're definitely there, really making sure they get the most out of the PlayStation, and then also PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements and see. But it's exciting times, man. Last week was a great week. It was a great week for gaming across the board. It is. I agree. If you haven't found a bunch of games to play and ready to play and get, I don't know what you're doing, dog. I don't know what platform you play on.
You don't like
know.
gaming.
You're on some bullshit, but I don't know. There's a lot of shit there. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah,
what are you gonna say?
One thing about it is that controller, the fight stick that they have,
Yeah.
it's both wireless and hardwire, and the wireless is actually lower latency than the wireless, because the wireless they're using is that light speed technology that they have for the headset and the earbuds that they have. So it's like ultra low latency or whatever. So just for those who are thinking about getting that, but
That's
check that out. Yeah,
wireless one.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that game. Hope it does well. I think I know it's going to do well. I think everybody was excited. You saw some of the biggest fighters out there going gaga over it. You saw Maximilian.
Hey, Dub, it got Marvel on it. It's automatically so.
Yeah, so you get all your Marvel characters in there. And this the game that everybody was waiting on Capcom to do. And now Capcom is going to have to figure out what they're going to do. So, I mean, it's good. It's competition, right? That's what we asked for. It's a brand new IP. Nobody knew it was coming. And it just got dropped. And so, I mean, like Porter Rock said, if with all these games that they showed across Xbox's show, across Summer Games Fest and State of Play, if you still complaining game sucks and stuff, you just need to get out of gaming. If you still a Debbie down on gaming at this point in time, you just not a game. You just move to something else, man. Go to music or something.
One last topic: the Sony Bend. Yeah, let's cover that real quick. So I know you made a joke about it.
The show is over.
Earlier.
The show is over. It's over. Let's say
our outros.
But Sony Bend is laying off around 30% of his workforce, according to Bloomberg. Jason Schreier. Live service project and development was canceled earlier this year. The studio has been spinning up a new project following the cancellation. So that 30% is probably their live service workforce. That's what I'm guessing. And their next game is not live service. So team single player. But here's the sad part. If they just started a game, we're not going to see this to 2025. I mean, 2020, 2030, 2030. 2030, we're in 2020, 2030. It's going to be at least 5-6 years to get this project off. So this is a PlayStation 6 cross-gen title, pretty much.
Porter Rock. What if it's a Days Gone remake?
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me, man. Like, nah, we're not doing that, dog. We're not doing that, boy. You do not want to show up to the podcast, boy. If it's a Day Gone full-blown remake, oh my God. Don't even joke like that, bro.
I support every remaster.
Oh man, kid, that would be absolutely ridiculous, bro. That would absolutely be ridiculous. Man. Like, there's like, did we even hear how well the remaster did in terms of sales? Like, that shit went quiet.
Nah.
Like, listen, let's all be honest. No one really wants Stay Gone. They don't. It's not that IP. No, it's not. It's not that IP. Let's all. Everybody on the internet is like, "Oh my God, this is great." Nobody wants this fucking shit. This IP's dead. This IP's dead. Let this IP go, bro. Let this IP go.
What about Bloodborne? Is that dead to you?
What happened?
To me, it is. I hope they never get it because they ask for it too much. I'm tired of that shit. I would like to see a Demon Souls 2 though. That's my baby there. Demon Souls.
Okay, that's what's that. Yeah,
That's literally like that's literally the first Souls game that I actually beat. Like I enjoyed that. I'm not a Souls type person at all, but that was the one.
I am, bro. That's the best genre of gaming for this gen. He
Bro,
dominant, baby.
Them graphics and sound just had me hooked from beginning to end, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, so it's pretty much so that workforce right now is pretty much they got rid of the live service people that would be whatever. So they man, sadly they cut them out, and now they're focusing on hopefully once again what they're good at, single player project. But the sad part is this is a PlayStation 6 PS5 cross-gen title, so you won't see nothing. You won't hear nothing from Sony Band for maybe unless they do a remake of their older portfolio like Splinter Cell, because Bluepoint was able to do the remake for Demon Souls in 3 years. They did that shit in 3 years, and that's phenomenal.
But that's Bluepoint, man. Them dudes goated.
Yeah. So I don't know. Unless it's a remake. Yeah, unless it's a remake of Siphon Filter or something like that. I don't know. But if it's a new project, a new IP, yeah, 5 to 6 years, we'll see you, Sony Ben. But as far as this gen, yeah, it's a wrap. You know, another victim of live service and stuff like that. And 30% workforce reduction, that means all those people that were hired for live service, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, so then that's it. I think that's pretty much all you can say about that across the board. So, in fact, Sony's supposed to have a business meeting soon in about 2 weeks. It's pre-recorded already, so it's already done, but it hasn't been made public. But like, kind of like if you remember 3 years ago when they had the business meeting and Herman Holtz talked about the strategy of PlayStation going like their mid-range strategy. That's what he brought up. Tempo titles will go on PlayStation, then PC, live service, they want a PC, and then experimental games. Well, now an update to the mid-range plan of PlayStation. And this is going to be the first one where Nishino is now the CEO of PlayStation. So we're going to see what his vision is. So I'll be covering that, you know, when the video drops. I'm going to watch it, make a video on it. Yo, what if he announced day and date on PC? What would y'all do?
Oh, then it's over for PlayStation. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, here's the thing, right?
All y'all do, chat. My man said everything everywhere. This is a PlayStation. This is a PlayStation. Why would you do if you start doing that?
To be fair, Porter Rock, I wouldn't feel any type of way because guess what? The console war is over. We won. It's over. Xbox out of there. So it don't matter.
But there's no Wii. But there's no Wii anyway.
I don't care less now.
No, there's no Wii because we'll be sitting right next to them. They're gonna be like, "I told you."
Exactly.
That's what they're gonna say. Technically, they will win. Listen, if you're into the console war, you will lose because they're saying Sony's going to end up doing the same thing. So in the end, they would win. Yep. They'll be like, you'll be sitting in the chat next time, and they'll look at you like, took you long enough.
But who cares? They left. They lost first. Once the clock is at 0-0. We don't care if you break your if you done tore your ACL after the game. It's over.
No, listen. It's like Vietnam. I mean, America was just accused of losing, and America's like, don't worry, in about 20 years, you're gonna come running to us because you're gonna be broke. Yeah. Right? This is a long game. You know, them Xbox fanboys, they have a chair waiting for you. They're waiting. They have a seat. This is a PlayStation. Right? That's a PlayStation. They're gonna no shit will be like, hey, he's gonna grab his Xbox Series X. This is a PlayStation.
Yep.
Man, I'll be like, bro, it's time to shut down the channel. It's time to go dark. It's time to go dark.
Hey, you're not seeing me. You're not seeing me anymore. I'm done. I retire. I'm going off into the night.
I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna be like, yo, J-Dub, man, Grigitty won. He won. Let him enjoy it, J-Dub. Grigitty won. We believe we won. They could got to talk shit. Let them talk shit. They won. Oh man. We need all our cameras on for that day.
Facts.
Yo. Oh man. Anyway.
Crazy.
All right. Yo, okay. But anyway, so I will cover that when Sony drops the business update. Definitely want to cover that. But now let's do our outros. We'll start with Extreme.
Yo, people, I actually do videos on my channel.
Absolutely. 6 minutes. So those complain about the hour long, Check the 6-minute one.
I give people everything. I listen.
Listen. View that one. If you're tired of the hour long, put all your views on the 6 minutes, and then he'll realize I gotta make more 6-minute videos.
Vote with your wallet. Okay?
Vote with your eyes. Vote with your eyes.
There you go. Go ahead. You tell me. You tell me what you want, okay? If you like the 6-minute stuff, get it to 10,000 views, and I'll just make 6-minute stuff. You know.
That's it.
I'll put a timer
he's just gonna make 100 of them.
I'll be like, same topic, part 1. Fireside chat, part
6 minutes. There's like 50 parts. 50 parts.
But that'll be 6 minutes long, you know.
But the 6 minutes,
it'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic. So no, this was a lot of fun. I still feel like there's a lot of things to talk about. You know, I am very interested in this Xbox handheld, how it's going to do. I think it's going to sell like dog shit. I don't see it selling 1 million units within a year. Honestly, I don't see that.
You're not gonna pull a Nintendo 3.5 million in 4 days.
I would love it. I would love it. I wanted to.
Listen,
I wanted to.
You know what, Xbox fanboys, you need to show up. You say because you let Microsoft know you buy hardware. This will show it to them. So when the Xbox Roll comes out, 4 million in 1 week. Show Microsoft you all about that life. Don't just talk it on Twitter, Aaron. You need to buy 10 of them shits.
Yeah.
TruckNet 20. The way y'all talk. Show us you like hardware.
Remember
So, y'all need to show up, Xbox fanboys. Y'all talk the good talk. Buy it. That shit, get them shits up. You know? And while you're at it, hit the like button. Get them numbers up.
Get those up.
All right.
So yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing how things are gonna unfold. That's all.
All right. Okay. All right. J-Dub.
Yes, sir.
You getting the Xbox handheld, aren't you? You getting the Rogue Ally. I know you are.
Hey, I got a Rogue Ally. I already got the Xbox.
You're gonna get the new one
at my house.
You're gonna get the new one. It's gonna have 24 gigs. It's gonna have more memory than Xbox Series X. 24 gigs.
Listen, I'll never buy anything.
Just trade it in.
I'll never buy anything else with the name Xbox in it or a logo that says Xbox.
Oh man, you can scratch it. Scratch it off. Get a little knife and scratch it off. Yeah. He said, get the fuck out of here.
They out of there with me.
Oh,
listen, let me say this real quick. If you have been gaming on Xbox last generation or this generation, like, you have to have something mentally wrong with you to keep supporting the same people who've been letting you down year after year after year after year. Like, something you sat down and watched these FTC court cases and all that goofy shit just for them to buy Activision Blizzard and ZeniMax and all that shit. To do what? Just to turn around and give all your games to the competition, to the people you hate, to the ponies. And you still gonna go out and buy, bro, what kind of fucking, bruh, come on.
They make friends. Xbox make friends with all these uploaders. So
and then they try to sell you a damn handheld where you can't even play your Xbox games on it. Like, at what point you can't blame them? You got to blame you. You got to look in the mirror.
So
you got to look at yourself in the mirror, bro. That's
look inward,
bro.
That's what J-Dub's like. You guys need to look inward. The problems within you. Fix you. Oh man. All right.
Yeah, I can't even blame Satya and them now. It's on you.
They're taking advantage of you.
They've been checked out. They've been checked. Yeah. Listen, Satya and Phil and them, they've been checked out. It's y'all trying to hold the line of some shit when the company don't even hold the line. Yeah. Listen.
All right,
if my favorite content creators was leading me to this point right here, man, we'll be squabbling. But that's just me. I'm gonna just keep to myself. But yeah,
that's it, man. This is why I say I'm your only friend in these YouTube streets. I kept it real with y'all. I told y'all this was happening. We all did. Y'all didn't want to listen.
Yep. All right. You ain't lying. You ain't never lying.
All right. The truth. What's going on? How's everything? Are you good in LA though? You all right, brother?
Oh yeah, we be good. I'm actually in the heat of everything downtown where they're doing all the crazy stuff.
You should have stayed your ass in Brooklyn. or Queens.
Yeah,
Where you
he
from?
only one
Bronx,
with a
Queens?
he only one running the street with a
Queens,
shopping
baby.
cart full.
You Queen, you
Oh
should have stayed your
man.
ass in Queens, Queensbridge. You should have stayed in Queensbridge, dog. You would have been all right. Nah, you moved your ass to LA
I
and
know,
look what
right?
happened. Should have stayed your ass in Queens. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. You moved on to West
Speaking of
Coast.
New
Now
York,
look.
Rock, we gonna get Kevin Durant. Nick's gonna get Kevin Durant, baby.
Oh
Oh, come
man.
on now, you know it. You know
Oh man.
it.
But what we have to give up to get him?
Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh man. I like
Come on,
Carl Anthony
that's
Towns,
an even
man.
swamp. That's an even swamp right there.
Oh man, I don't know
I
about
take
that. I don't know about that, man. I like the
That's
big.
KD,
You know what I'm
baby.
saying? Oh man, here we go. Y'all Knicks. Here we go, man. We're done.
But I do have a request, Rock. This is a
What's up?
2-console market.
Oh,
Me,
you know
J
what? We're
Dub,
done. We're
Extreme.
done.
We
We're
want our
outta here.
8 hours, Rock.
Listen.
We want a marathon.
Listen. Listen. I gave y'all, what is it? We started at 5:30. It's it's been almost 4 hours. I did good for you guys, and you get this every week. He got it one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Extreme
Yo,
says,
but you put that work in. Salute to you,
know what
man.
I'm
You
saying?
put that work in.
I would say more his internet that prolonged it.
Right
I'm gonna blame his internet. That's why it took so long. We had to repeat the same conversation 100 times.
Internet.
The T-Mobile internet. Oh, T-Mobile. Oh, shit. All right. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for rocking out. Don't forget to like button and stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have a guest lined up for Friday Night Live, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Once again, all right. And be prepared for that tweet and announcement. All right. But hopefully I could get someone lined up. If not, then it'll just be me, and we do what we do. But anyway, you guys take care. You only friend these YouTube Streets, Porter Rock 77. Thank you for rocking out with another episode of 60 Frames No Lag Podcast. And we are out of here. See you guys next week. Peace.